Back at it. Brand new week. Or I guess it's Tuesday. We don't think about Mondays. We skip the Mondays. Discussing trash talk in Halo, I figured would be a good introductory topic for the live stream. At least that was the plan. However, I found out we got some scrims happening. Nobody's live for them, so we might have to do a little Shyway POV. And the scrims consist of 2 brand new teams. So some interesting developments here that we're getting some intel. We're getting some intel just based on who's scrimming who right now. I don't know what's going to stick, though. I guess we shall find out. Clifton, how we doing? Moist Nugget, healthy, welcome. Shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Has some energy. Like Kane. I've had trouble with your name before. Like Dane, huh? Bugetto, how we doing? Elusive, hey. What's good? What's good? First in the chat. Bugetto. Clifton, first in Twitch. Dark Wizard, how we doing, guys? Where's my oatmeal? Chat, we got 2 new teams that are scrimming right now. And I know the LVT tournament just happened. It was a lot of fun. Most entertainment I think we've had all year for a Halo LAN. Might be worthwhile to talk about the whole trash talking thing because we had some, a lot of screaming. A lot of players screaming at the event. I thought it was funny, all fun and games, as long as it stays in Halo. But when we took it to Twitter, there was some criticism, especially around Cycle, calling his opponents dog shit at the end of the tournament. And I thought maybe there's a spin-off into a larger conversation about trash talk in Halo and, whether or not it's something that should still persist in the scene or if it's old news now or if it hurts us more than it helps us. I don't know. We love trash talk. Yeah, a lot of people love it. And some people think it's kind of cheesy. I think one of the biggest criticisms of Cycle talking trash or the players in general is just the fact that it's a $15,000 little LAN center tournament. People don't want to acknowledge the fact that Halo is still happening this year. They think the game is dead. They think there's really nothing to compete for, which to some extent I understand where they're coming from. So why are you so passionate? Why is everybody talking shit in a $15K tournament for $3,000 when you win, Trash talk is low grade, right? So you have to think there's this perspective of professionalism and sponsorship, securing sponsorship. And in that regard, does it hurt us more than it helps us? Right? But you look at the origin of Halo esports, trash talk was a fundamental part of what made Halo great. It was a different world back then. Things operate differently today. When you look at other successful esports, is trash talk a persistent theme? Because as far as I'm aware, and I might not be correct in this, but maybe Valorant, CS:GO, League of Legends, do they talk shit like that? Is that normal? Or are we kind of the outlier these days with the trash talk? I don't know. But I'm a gentleman. Loved how everyone was shouting during playing. I thought the passion on display was very entertaining. You can criticize you're dog shit or whatever, what they're saying, all you want, but the fact that they're screaming, getting hype, I think that's good Halo. That's good competition. In sports, I think trash talk is pretty commonplace. In sports, you got literal fist fighting. Ever watch hockey? That shit's freaking dangerous, right? And they just let them take their gloves off and just go at it on the middle of the ice. So I guess it depends on, your audience as well. Halo's marketed to teen. It's teen rated. Halo used to be mature rated. Call of Duty's mature rated. I feel like COD does a good job of kind of understanding their audience and remaining professional while still finding opportunities to be, to have fun and to get involved in the dialogue, not completely avoid it, With Halo, maybe that switch over to teen rating, maybe we don't align with what Microsoft wants for the esports tournaments. I don't know. Anyway, there's a bigger discussion here. Descendant at one point in the series yelled, "Dead, fucking idiot." Descendant was screaming bloody murder when he said dead. Literal, frying the vocal cords dead. And I think that, Cycle, who was, as far as I could tell, quiet the entire tournament, had it all welling up inside. He saved it for that final moment, Hard to trash talk when teams are spaced out from each other on the stage. Yeah. Courtney, how we doing? Okay, chat. So I do want to talk about this, and I think there's a fun kind of conversation to have here. Plus, Halo Reddit seems to be, getting engaged with it. Barco, by the way, is saying it's not worth it for him to compete, which sucks. And we got some throwbacks to formal, I assume, talking trash back in Halo 4. the Ryan Noob Sparty rivalry, which is a good little, trip back in Halo history. So there's things that we could kind of touch on. However, if we do that, we'd be missing the scrim that's actively happening right now. Take a look at this team. So we talked about, obviously being bumped off of the Cloud9, or not Cloud9, whatever, the roster, the Penguin reality check roster, right? And Boo Boo stepping in last weekend in his place. And Boo Boo was playing incredible on LAN, right? There was some sort of like immediate chemistry with Boo Boo on that team. A lot of people were saying, maybe Sab shouldn't be on the team instead of, obviously, maybe Boo Boo should be there instead. Look what we're seeing here now, right? We got Boo Boo, Penguin, Sab, and Suppressed. It's pretty unexpected. Where's Falcated? And then I went to watch the scrim because they're playing a team. They're playing Druck and Soul Snipe. And look who Druck and Soul Snipe is playing with. Falcated is in the lobby. Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay. Oh, no, I'm tripping. Okay, so the big change, my bad. So they are playing with Sab. So they're trying Sab. Boo Boo's not on their team. I thought Boo Boo was on their team. Druck and Soul Snipe are playing with Yaxon and Boo Boo in place, right? Because taking Sab off the team and putting them on Penguin's team has left an opening on Druck and Soul Snipe's team. So now they're trying Yaxon and Boo Boo in a scrim, which is very interesting. Where's obviously? Where's Acid, right? Acid from the, from Mexico has been a top talent playing with Yaxon recently. Where's Piggy, right? Piggy was playing with Yaxon over the weekend with Envoy. They look good together. So, everybody's kind of shopping around right now. We got a little roster mania intel basically on screen. Pay it forward. Good to hear, Lord. Anytime, bro. No pressure. I appreciate you, man. Welcome. Good evening. Pabs, how you doing? Remember in the Halo Major in London 2024, kind of the same setup, side by side. Boo Boo. Yeah, he did the forced choke. Yeah. The closer you bring the players together, the more you're going to see trash talk, the more you're going to see a display of energy on stage because they know their opponents can hear it and that it might have an effect, I think, on their opponents, right? So I like that vibe. I thought it brought like a real community vibe to the event. It brought excitement to the event. It made Halo feel more like a sport as well because like there's a an energy component behind not just being a good gamer but being invested, right? Like I don't know, something about it made it feel like a real sport when we were watching it. Also considering the fact that there was no live audience, it supplemented the live audience nicely, right? Like not having a live audience at a LAN kind of sucks. You miss that energy component. So the players sort of did it themselves, by getting hyped. Anyway, this is interesting, right? So unfortunate for Obviously and Piggy, and I'm not sure if they can, unite in some way and form another team. Like maybe Obviously can take Yaxon's position on that roster that had formed with Acid Online. I assume Envor is going back to his team with Looney, Ice Kid, and Ezo, right? Envor was already on a team he was just subbing in. But we've got some developments here, chat, if you're just hopping in. This is Yaxon POV who's playing with Druck, Soul Snipe, and Boo Boo Doo Boo. Druck, Soul Snipe, Boo Boo, and Yaxon. So 2 players swapped out on the roster. And then Reality Check had brought Sab into the team in place of Obviously. Trash talk ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you're gonna have some of it to an extent. I guess there's maybe there's a certain line where it's acceptable. I think people like energy and passion, but maybe they don't like the dog shit, or maybe the swearing is where the line is drawn, or I don't know. I think the big thing for me is as long as it stays in the game and it's not like racist or like sexist or something that's like problematic. A little bit of swearing is just gamers in sports, it's just kind of part of the environment as long as it stays in the game, right? There have been moments in Halo history where things have sort of gotten outside of just trash talk, even recently, and that's definitely problematic, and I think the Halo community is pretty clear in drawing a line and not being accepting of that. But just, a couple dog shit comments every once in a while I don't think is the end of the world. So you just got here. Perfect timing. Gamer moment. Yeah. So, Oddball Livefire, we're behind this scrim. This game is probably just wrapping up as we're just jumping in. And I'm sort of limited in my powers. Everybody is... nobody's live, right? Nobody is live at all, as far as I'm aware. So this is a complete sort of incognito, Spyway experience. What I think I could do is pick one team at a time and focus on one team per game. So right now I'm on Jackson's POV. If I change to a different team, then the colors will change with the player. And that's super confusing.
Right that is just
damn good Halo.
Oh my God.
Eddie, let's go, brother. Hi, how you doing? 11 months. Welcome back. Chat, we are grinding for 1,000 subs. So good to see our first sub of the day, Eddie. Your go, man. I appreciate you. We're calling it Shy City, I guess. Welcome to Shy City. Let's get it. We're approaching 950, doing excellent work. Screaming is another thing. Yeah, it's a different thing than just talking shit, right? Stoked about coaching to... Oh, let's go, Jose. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's get back at it, man. Good to be picking up some coaching as well. Not just you. I have another student I'm working with, so it's cool to kind of feel like we're getting back to a normal, routine with the Halo community. Even if Halo isn't exactly thriving, there's enough happening here, enough passionate, players and fans that I feel like we're eating pretty good, the best we could with our circumstances. Even a $15,000 tournament, we're very invested and we're entertained. Shy City, bitch. Shy City, bitch. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let them know. You know what we need is, we need a soundboard or something. Every time I get a sub, wow, 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 like some shit like that, I just gotta hit a button. All I can do is just, for the swear words. I gotta add some actual sound effects. The tournament is over. Yeah, and the plan was to talk about just the tournament and trash talking and all that, but we have scrims that are actively happening, chat, if you're jumping in. This is Penguins team versus... So let me just make sure I get all the players correct here. So this is Druck and Soul Snipe versus Penguins team, and the rosters are different. We got brand new rosters playing, practicing head-to-head right now. I'm on spectator POV. I'm creeping them a little bit. Let's be honest. Nobody's live right now, so I had to watch them through the game menu. My powers are limited. Like I said, I'm going to stick with one team at a time, starting with Druck and Soul Snipe. And then in the next game, we'll switch over to Penguins team. Penguins playing with Sab as a new addition. Boo Boo, who they played with last weekend, seems to be playing with Druck and Soul Snipe along with Jackson. It's a bit of an unexpected development here. Here, we'll go to Druck off his spawn. Something to pick up a trash can. The easy button. Yeah, something like that too, Don't have the money for it. What, to sub? You don't have to sub, bro. Just being here is all good, bro. You might get it gifted with this community. We got some generous viewers.
We have the ball. Ball dropped.
This is Druck. Okay. Looking for Snipe here inside A. Should be able to secure it unless something crazy happens. Insane movement, right? Finding a Snipe in that situation, Druck having to work as hard as possible. Gets out with the repulse, though. Jackson finds, I think, a back smack to clean it up, or he QT'd out. QT'd out the back B. To play with me. Oh, okay. Let's bring the audio up. Score of this scrim is going to be a little bit ahead of where we're at, because we're late to jump into this game, and this game is probably wrapping up, so keep that in mind. Don't look at Halo Data Hive unless you want spoilers. This is Spyway. Yes, it is. Eli, we got two brand new teams in the lobby. Grief, let's go. You got one already.
That is just
damn good Halo. Borg, welcome. I don't know if you wanted a sub, but you got it either way. You can thank good grief. Man's a goat. Love to see you, bro. What's up, Eli? No problem. Good to be here. So we have Jackson and Boo Boo teaming with Druck and Soul Snipe. Some unexpected developments here. We saw Boo Boo playing with Penguin last weekend. He was playing incredible with them. He looked great on lane. And I thought, maybe he should be a mainstay on the team, even though I know Sab is, kind of the unsung hero right now. A lot of people saying Sab is underrated and the expected player to play with Penguin. It looks like Sab will be teaming with Penguin. At least that's what's happening in scrims. And then Boo Boo's moved over to Druck Soul Snipe along with Jackson. That means that obviously needs a home. That means that Piggy's lost, I guess, his temporary duo from Envy, right? So I don't know if obviously he could just jump over to Piggy's team alongside Acid and Breaking Shot if there's potential there. If that's sort of a weird mixed lobby. But very interesting. Lots of changes. Yeah, and expect to see changes with Any team that's like not in a solidified position right now, especially because there's no org representation, right? We're looking at Druck, by the way, Chad. Without orgs to tie players together, there's a lot less holding them, you know? I feel like we're going to see some fluctuation, unless they're like pretty close to getting wins, right? So I think Luminon, the recent Luminon pickup for Trippy's team, with how well they played, I don't see them changing. Probably wouldn't make sense to make a switch as far as just, or instead of just finding Chem, you know? But for Penguins team, for Druck and Soul Snipe, everything's up in the air. If Legend came back in place of Sirion, that's why he's drawn. What do you mean? That would be FaZe. Eco Stellar, yeah. I think if Legend decided to come back, it would be pretty cool. But I want to see how Sirion develops, you know? I'm cool with this sort of, with things being a little different. And hoping we see some good progress with them. Trying to figure out how I can keep tabs on their scrims as well, you know?
Perfect.
Legend was playing Halo last night? Is that intel? Is that intel? Legend thinking about Halo? No way. This is Yaxon POV, number 4 on my keyboard here. I'm sticking with one team at a time, chat. Not going to be looking at Penguins team until the next game, just because the spectator is kind of scuffed. We're doing excellent, Trek. How you doing? Welcome. That would be unfortunate for Sirion, because, you know, we've been kind of teasing this whole potential FaZe roster for some time now. And it never got announced. If Legend kind of swooped in and stole that opportunity, that would be unfortunate, you know? I kind of want to see how they can, or what they can accomplish together, and then in the second half of the season, let's let Legend come back after, you know, DreamHack number 2 or something like that for the LVT Shopify Pro Series, you know? Pro League or whatever. Not sure if anyone said it. Some speculation that Collect was joining FaZe. That would be interesting. You think things are still up in the air over there? I know that Mog have had kind of a slow start together. As far as I'm aware, Collect doesn't want to play Halo. I know Legend doesn't want to play Halo either. But if opportunities aren't good in COD right now, and if Collect can play with the right team, if he can align himself with somebody like Bound, you know, I think he might be more encouraged to play. Typically, he's like the SR 5th man. And Shopify aren't changing anytime soon. Just looked at this on Halo Tracker. Legend played 5 games last night. Damn. Is that intel, chat? Is that intel, Legend? He's thinking about it. Look, man, I know there's a lot more opportunity and popularity in COD, but, you know, the passion's still here in Halo, and he's very sought after in Halo. Like, we love Legend here, you know? He's going to have good opportunities. If he can hold out for a little bit for the next release, I don't know when it's going to be. We're all kind of, like, you know, struggling in that regard. But if he can hold out, he would still be, you know, a top selection on any sponsored roster, right? Like, he's got a good footing on the scene here. Wanted to see Yaxon with the sniper, guys. I have to wait for the kill feed to pop up before I can make a switch, or else the kill feed won't travel with my player switch. So keep that in mind. Penguins team won the first round. The ball run round 2 here. 46 seconds so far. Pretty confident. No, anything can happen. Seeing a lot of tower setups. I feel like it's just Shopify. Shopify love to spam that A door setup, and the whole game takes place at A when Shopify is playing. But this matchup's been a little different. He could end up on an org with a salary. I feel like he'd do better financially than in COD Challengers. Potentially, yeah. In Challengers, if he's not represented by any sort of org, right? Then he's basically just in the same situation he would be in Halo. Or yeah, like you said, if not worse off. I do think it's not a great, like, I don't know what happened with Huntsman, because he had the opportunity. You know, I've heard that it might have had to do with his Surge, like Vegas, or what was it, Vancouver Surge contract or something that impacted his ability to be on Huntsman, or that he maybe turned it down himself, which would be surprising if he did, you know, like. Anyway. Renegade is still in Huntsman, and he's still doing well enough. They got top 4 last weekend. I think Renegade is still in a position where he could find himself with some high-level opportunities in the near future, you know? Legend, however, has, like, been on 4 or 5 different Challengers teams in the last couple months, you know? which doesn't seem good on paper, even though I believe in his ability.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Why, when Hex said he was low to search? I don't know. I know that Formal and Methods were, like, really advocating for having Legend on the team. So I thought it was, like, a done deal. You know, I'm like, amazing. Bring Legend back. You know, help build him up into the champion we know that he is. Surrounded by a bunch of goats on Optic. But somehow he didn't end up on the team. And we got, like, Johnny and Dimensions. And I don't even know who those guys are, you know? This is, I believe, Boo Boo P. No, it's not. It can't be. Drunk is number 2. Boo Boo's number 3. Soul Snipe number 1 in this lobby. Drunk with defense on the ball. Soul Snipe behind him. Good little bait and switch. Gonna throw their nades forward. If anything, occupied time. Keep the ball in play while Boo Boo and Yaxon come off spawn to join the fight. Kill him! Oh my god, Yak's got the cleanup. Or at least he's outputting damage. Soul Snipe here with 1. What's up, Barbosa? How we doing? Maybe Legend watched some of the land and got the itch? He does. I know he does, you know, love Halo. That's got to be for sure, right?
We have the ball.
And he's still got a lot of ties to the scene, you know, like SLG is still actively grinding. I remember there was a point around the holidays where he played some Halo with SLG when he was on Stallions and kind of thinking that Stallions wasn't really working out. Who's number 3 here? Who has a sniper? Wanted to see what this man was up to. Man was looking elite on lane. You know, Boo Boo's been sort of inconsistent statistically, especially last year. Teaming with Foul, I feel like Foul got the majority of the gas, and you know, as they were a duo, and Boo Boo was not to say he's been lacking, but on lane he looked like he was in different form, you know. Felt like we might see a resurgence from Mr. Boo Boo. Saw Luminon do good and said, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, Shopify don't look unbeatable right now. Like, I think that was the concern this year, is that the narrative was that Shopify, they don't even freaking bleed. Look at this time right now, by the way. 1 second on the clock. Suppress has got the ball back C to take the lead and toss it off the map. If they can't push this out, they're screwed. They're 3 hitting it. No play ball opportunity. It went to OT. They killed him at 61, brought it to OT. They got to defend. Druk has snipe here. Druk trying to hit bodies here. Boo Boo keeping him alive, holding down B. The reach out. Boo Boo should have that cleanup. Ball collected, 50 seconds. Shit's getting dicey over here. What's up, Eternal? How we doing? Welcome, guys. This is an Intel Scrim. Chat hashtag new rosters, new Intel in this Scrim. I'm gonna have to change the title. We're gonna clickbait you guys because we've got a new reality check and a new Coliseum roster. Some interesting developments here. Missed the repulse on the rotate. Ends up dying in the exchange. The action just pinging the hell out of cuts. Or Turbine, right? They're pushing him out left side. Gonna have to play this. 9 seconds to close it out. They're getting overwhelmed. Any kills he takes down with him is massive. Just getting 1 is something. Druk coming here for any cleanup on damage. They don't have camo. He was pinging camo. That's what he was doing. Camo is roaming and in play. Ball setup opportunity here for the boys on Reality Check, if we even call him that anymore. I'm not sure if Reality Check is sponsoring them. Yak lead Piggy. It's looking that way. It's looking that... I'm not sure, right? Keep in mind that, like, nobody is live for this Scrim. You know, and understand that Halo Data Hive would probably find a way to track it if I wasn't, but this is a bit of a sneaky Scrim, right? I'm not seeing a single live POV. I have to make sure that I'm in the game menus, keeping up with these players individually to jump in the lobby and watch as a spectator, right? So until there's like a public announcement of what the team's going to be, everything's up in the air. So Yaxon might play with them as like a tryout, you know? If it goes really well, maybe he sticks. If it doesn't, maybe he goes back to Piggy. This is freaking down to the wire. Final 5 seconds with the ball here. I think they'll confirm it, but that's just a round. Keep in mind, we're going to 3 rounds. Deep into oddball every round, competitive so far. Could be a tryout. Yeah, exactly. Could just be for the sake of vibes, right? Like, with obviously not on Reality Check, and with them taking Sab, it leaves a hole in the roster with Druk and Soul Snipe. So just swapping obviously over to the team after he has been, I guess, supposedly dropped probably isn't a trade that sounds exciting for Druk and Soul Snipe right now, right? But if they can take a gamble on Yaxon, like, Yak's been playing nice, man. Coming out with 2 off the open of this. The footwork for 3.
have the ball.
It's funny how Jackson, literally just a couple weeks ago was talking about how he's like 25 and maybe he should be not competing in Halo.
We have the ball.
There's no point in playing, right? Man's been a grinder despite it.
We have the ball.
And it seems like every team he's been a part of, at least with him and Piggy, they've kind of surprised us. Pulling off upsets, even beating Shopify last week. This is Boo Boo. Druck had the sniper, he lost it. All right, everybody dead here. I'm gonna try Soul Snipe if I can. Let's see.
Ball dropped.
Still can't do that C jump properly. Yeah, people still miss it, bro. Even pros.
Ball dropped.
I swear over the years that jump got a little bit more precise. Like, it's still very consistent, but
Double
sometimes it does feel
Enemy has the
tricky.
ball. Ball dropped.
Gonna carry on to tie the leader. Ooh, hopefully. We've had some scheduling issues, but I think we'll be recording a few. Okay, great. Yeah, I liked you and Clutch, Eli. I thought you guys had a really good vibe. You seemed both very locked in to the cast. I thought Clutch was doing a really good job that weekend too. It was a fun tournament, man.
We have
I think the players really brought their A game in the passion department. So it didn't even feel like we had $250,000 like quality as viewers, I think, for a $15,000 land, if that makes sense. Like, it felt like more than it was, which I think is really awesome,
enemy has the ball.
Have natural chemistry as old heads. Yeah, and you guys go way, like, far back enough, too, that there are, like, enough parallels I'm sure you can put together on the spot. But I feel like maybe your sort of analytical mind might have brought more out of Clutch than usual or something. I don't know. It felt like you're having, like, deeper Halo conversations, Can hit the key door. I hit the key door easier sometimes, too, bro. I don't even know, bro.
Ball reset.
Shit don't make sense.
Ball incoming.
Active camo available.
Ooh, that was sneaky. See that camo grab? Camo QT grab for, I think, Druck or maybe Boo Boo across the map. We'll see.
We have the ball.
Can't be Boo Boo if he's sprinting inside here, but combining QT and camo together to pick it up and get across the map with it. Maybe it's Soul Snipe. He's dead, too. Everybody's dropping. Druck is still up across the map. When somebody dies, we'll swap over. Got a ball set up in A here. It was Druck who has the camo. He's got 45 seconds with it, but he's at Nest. Got to find a way to impact the play here, right? Druck is number 2. My bad. Snipe control for it.
Oh, thank heavens. A long-range weapon.
Thank heavens.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Sticks him? Immediately sticks him.
Enemy has the ball.
That is almost too easy, man. The consistency they have with the stickies. It is pure chaos in Rat Tunnel. Holy shit, everybody's throwing nades. We're looking for an access point here. Can he keep him off the snipe? And if he does, he might be able to pick it up. That player's getting out.
Enemy has the ball.
Nice. Somehow baits him into it.
Enemy has
Nade
the
does
ball.
its trick. Jackson here, bottom mid.
Ball dropped.
It's a hot potato, right? Just one numbers advantage is all they need to get the ball into a setup in A. Pass the ball over to a teammate so we can start frying with snipes. 6 bullets.
We have the ball.
You just love this shit, yeah. So we're in casting together. We're often having some deep convos about Halo. Exactly. I mean, that's really what I think is like making this year exciting, is just knowing that everybody in Halo right now is in it because we love it.
Ball dropped.
That we, regardless of the state of the game and the amount of opportunity, like, there's just pure passion here at this point. Nope. Not that people were in Halo for the money to begin with, but, like,
The ball. Ball dropped.
it really is. There's a real grassroots community feel, and everybody's kind of aligned and just wanting to champion
Triple
this
kill.
game while we can, like, I don't know. It's a good vibe, man.
We have the ball.
Sad for Odyssey. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, and we thought maybe Boo Boo would stick with Penguin just because he was playing so well with him. But Boo Boo really was a substitute. Now, Boo Boo's playing with... I guess he was previously on Coliseum to begin with, right? Boo Boo's been playing with Druck and Soul Snipe. But Jackson's the big change. Jackson is now on Druck's team here. Told everyone in his Discord? What? Has everyone recovered from the trash talking at the event? I think Descendant is still in shock. Yeah.
Active camo inbound.
Didn't tell you I was live.
Enemy has the ball.
How can I do this? Wait, I put it in the Discord, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, there you go, Pasha. Yeah. It's in the announcement tab and on my Twitter, so you just ain't following, bro. You gotta follow more closely. If you're still around, you're really about this shit. Exactly. Exactly. And there's a good amount of people while the viewership isn't crazy in Halo, there's a good amount of like kind of top dogs in the scene going live on a daily basis. Like I see Snakebite consistently grinding, which is dope. And Last Shot's live, kind of holding it down. Lucid hops on. He's here and there, right? We got a Lucid tournament, I think, coming up this week, by the way. Something to look forward to on Friday. And then we have the final qualifier. I'm not sure if that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? But the Lucid thing plus the qualifier. So the, you know, things stay busy. Qualifier is actually kind of hype because it actually is, it's for something. All the other online open series didn't really feel meaningful.
We've lost possession.
Would be sick if Moist Critical and Ludwig decided to get more involved. It would be sick, yeah. I can tell that at least Charlie is a fan. Like, he's not actively watching, but he does seem to be like a fan of Halo, and he wants to see it succeed. I don't know, I saw his video about the Xbox leadership change recently. He wasn't happy about it. He had, you know, understandably a lot of critical things to say. I will say, looking at the responses from Asha, their new, the new head of Xbox? Like, people are saying, is she AI responding to people's tweets, right? Like, I guess what I don't like about that, I know that we're just kind of yapping, chat, but in the end of the day, I'm not really concerned with who they appoint to run Xbox. I'm concerned with the final product, but it does feel to me like Asha's trying to appeal to gamers while not being a gamer. You know what I mean? She's actually responding? Okay. I guess, like, I don't want it to feel forced. Like, just be yourself. Like, if you're focused on the business side of Xbox, you're going the business side of Xbox, great. But, like, if you're trying to, like, pretend to be a gamer, but you're not, like, I don't know if that comes off as, if that gives the right impression to your fans, you know? Like, but I guess, like, to some extent, she sort of has to do that. So, I don't know. I saw something from, like, Ryan McCaffrey saying, like, you know, that he had a criticism of it, too, where there's this, like he thinks that people are, like, writing the replies for her, or she has, like, somebody who's a gamer, like, helping her reply to the comments, you know? Like, it's not even her or something. I don't know. Sort of address that, but I don't know if everything is stupid. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, you're going to get criticism, right? Team Penguin came out with that, I believe, right? I know I'm not locked in. Team Penguin coming out with Game 1, chat. We're watching Intel Scrims here. Something like that. New roster, hashtag, oops, Intel Scrims. That was definitely game 1. I'm not sure if this is game 2, depending on how far behind we are. But this might be game 2. We're going to stick with Sab and Penguin this time, right? So we're going to go one team at a time just for the sake of the colors and not confusing you guys. Team Penguin won game 1 in the scrim, so we will follow up with them in game 2, see if they can keep it going. Tend to stay away from the hot takes. Yeah, so I typically am on the we'll see train too, you know? It's like I'm not here to get too invested in. I understand the criticisms, and you obviously want, like, somebody who knows games to be working with Xbox. At the same time, you want, you know, it's a large business. There's a lot of moving parts to effectively running a business that may not involve being a gamer, you know? Like, in the end of the day, let's just hope that the right decisions are made. It's cool that she seems to be a Halo fan, you know? Maybe that's even more info, like, suggesting that Halo is not going anywhere, right? Halo's going to continue to be valued at Microsoft and at Xbox. And that's important to me, so. Maybe. Yeah, that's the intel right now. So Yak is teaming with Druck and Soul Snipe. Obviously is not in this lobby. I'm not sure if that means he's going to jump over to play with Piggy. We have... I got to figure out the numbers of everybody in the lobby, guys. Give me a second. Penguin's number 8. Foul had a shock. He dropped it. And then, yeah, we have Sab on Penguin's team, which is a big switch here, too. Suppress number 7. Foul number 6. And then Sab number 5. How we doing, Denny? Welcome in. There's no room for trash talk in violent video games? Violent video games, there's more room for it, right? There's no room for trash talk in rated everyone My Little Pony. You know what I mean? Like, in a violent video game, the expectation is that you've got adults engaging with the product, right? So there's probably some room for trash talk, you know? Who's number 6 and 7? Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I have nothing to say, bro. Other than tee-hee. We got Suppress. Suppress is number 7. Whoever's mad at the trash talk are pussies. Yeah, that's how we gotta sell it, right? Just call them pussies, right, Sam? That's the thing about the internet, man, is that people, like, they just fight fire with fire. They're like, you don't like trash talk? Well, suck my dick. You know, like, like, great. Yeah, that'll really encourage civil discussion. Yeah, sure. I don't know, man. Anyway. It's like, there's a gray area for all this stuff, you know? It's just everybody on the internet is black and white. It's either fuck you or like, oh, you know, like, it's either too sensitive or too, like, insensitive.
Halfway to...
So, anyway.
Shock rifle available.
Oh, nasty 5. Okay. Foul, heating up. Keep him off the shot. Gets a beatdown. Suppresses here to pick it up. Little bait and switch. Action. What you'd expect to see in Solitude Slayer with the open sightlines and in any Slayer in general. Been grinding the corp ladder like crazy. Probably hasn't been able to game. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure with the type of job that she has, could you realistically expect her to be a gamer? Like, come on, you know, was Phil Spencer like realistically like he's not a hardcore gamer? Yeah, sure, he played some video games in his free time, but like, you know, maybe she's better suited to her job, which requires, you know, her to understand the business and how to grow the business. So I can't comment until I see the product, you know. But people will criticize regardless. But I do want, like, you know, sometimes the way that these leaders communicate doesn't leave the best impression, you know? So I think that was my only sort of potential criticism, and I think Ryan McCaffrey or whatever posted it too, or pointed it out too, is that people were saying, like, are her responses AI? Or are they even coming from her? You know, there's a chance that maybe, like, she, like, hired somebody or has somebody, like, responding for her just to make it seem like she knows how to communicate with the audience. And I don't know, it just sounds a little bit disingenuous, but I guess that's business PR in a nutshell. Should be happy leadership is changing it all. We need it. We do, yeah. I mean, Halo's been, you know, Xbox. Microsoft's entire gaming division has been in a rut for a long time. You know, we're sort of laughed at these days. I remember when the console wars were actually like a relatively even-sided war, you know? PlayStation versus Xbox had a, you know, healthy number of fans on both sides and good arguments on both sides. Nowadays, it's like you look like a fool if you're really just advocating for Game Pass, right? That's like the big value if you're an Xbox fan, but it's not like there's exclusives or many of them to like really separate PlayStation or Xbox from PlayStation, you know? It's hard to go to bat for Xbox. It's a very one-sided war. Not that there needs to be a war. I'm just saying Xbox does need a restructure completely. A-Track made a good video about the Xbox stuff. Ooh, cool. Something to think about. Nice attempt off the back down. Penguin now alone here. Can he pick up any sort of trade in this situation? Number 8. All of them, apparently. Over! Sticky, he led it too. Not quite connecting. Finds a second. Oh my god, he's a god. He got the over. On Jackson. Insane movement. Hickey with the reach out. I'm getting overly excited. That slide attack with the second nade. Because he doesn't even care if he dies in this situation. He's just taking him down with him. But then coming out and living, bro. Insanity. That overkill might have just won them the game, for the record. Camo's coming up here. Everyone's linked together inside map control for their opponents, though, right? Druck's team. And that might give him Camo advantage. Keep in mind, Camo's, I think, just been selected. The corner play actually works. How many times have we seen it, too? Penguin getting fortunate with the timing, comes out with a beatdown. So 1 kill advantage. Series score is, I believe, 1-0. I'm going to put it on screen after this. I forgot. I mean, Penguin is literally saving this game. His team's dying and creating his opportunities. No easy opportunity to pick that up in yard. He's now bottom mid with his team spawning behind him in snipe, so he can make the aggro play. Bro, Penguin getting god timing, right? He's gotten just about every single kill in this finale. 3 stacked in... Dude, they're all running to Cafe. 49-48. 1 kill. Stuck in the corner. Falcon pinches to the door. Foul pitches. 49 all. He kills Boo Boo, and they 50-49 win game 2. Holy shit. Some damn good Halo. Even in scrims, I'm getting hype. Hold on. I don't know what to call these teams. I'm going to say TP and TS. Team Soul Snipe. These are new teams, or at least one player on each team is new. One player on each team is new. Hi, Courtney. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, chat. I've got the score beside my head. If you're wondering, this is what I assume the scrim score is. Keep in mind, I might not be 100% correct. Let me see if I can watch his match history. Yeah, so no, we're not 100% correct, right? Unless they played, like, literally like 4 games. Okay, so they won CTF 3-0. This was a reset. And they won Strongholds. They lost Strongholds. So the score is 3-1. And we are behind. See, this shit's going by quick. Good thing we have Theater, man. Just coming in clutch here. 3-1, Chad. Because we took so long with that oddball game. I was so late on it. I think it was just wrapping up when we started watching. All good. We're locked in now, right? We'll be close enough in tow that we shouldn't miss anything. I feel like Charlie tried to help the Halo team out by streaming the LANs last year. I don't know if it brought many views. He definitely did contribute a little bit, Carno, yeah. I think the thing with Charlie is he's not, like, I don't think he's actively invested in, like, you know, watch partying esports or playing esports games. He's more, like, broadly focused. So when he does watch party a tournament, it's, like, not his normal content. So I feel like he probably doesn't get the same sort of viewership for it, you know? Viewers aren't used to watching him watch party esports versus, like, play other games and whatnot. But I guess he's just variety in general. I'm on board with Boo Boo Doo Boo right now. Chat, we're going to go back to Soul Snipe's team, considering we just watched Penguin in Slayer. We got King of the Hill, Vacancy. I still don't know the callouts on this. I don't understand. Isn't HCS over with? No. I mean, yes, sort of, but not really. Bro, so HCS has no events. They're not hosting events, but Halo still continues, right? We got a passionate community hosting events throughout the year to keep the scene alive. We've got DreamHack as well. DreamHack has Halo tournaments. There's 2 of them coming up, one in March and one in May. And there are qualifiers in the lead up to DreamHack. So that's what we're focused on right now. It's just the only difference is that HCS themselves are not actually hosting the event. They're assisting by offering prize money, assisting, you know, in terms of maybe personnel and some staff on the scene to help keep the tournament running, but they themselves are not hosting any events this year. We're still keeping some Halo esports going though, right? A lot of our pros have stuck around. Some of the orgs are sticking around as well. Shopify still sponsors the top team in the league, and FaZe are looking to sponsor a team as well as SSG eventually in C9. So by the end of the year with Halo Fest as well, we've got, we got things brewing. Let's just say Halo's it's never really dead. The Halo community. There's always a passionate scene here. There's always a dedicated fan base, and we're sort of just playing. We're slimming down. We're slimming down and playing a waiting game for the next Halo. If anything, building momentum once we get the announcement. We're just waiting on the announcement.
Your team about to score.
HCS is hosting an invitational at the Halo Fest. Correct, Courtney. Yeah. Yeah, there is a tournament coming up at Halo Fest. It's going to be smaller scale, some sort of special invitational, but it's something. Yeah, I think if you're not actively following the scene, then you might not care. But if you are a dedicated Halo fan, and you still want to keep up with Halo even now, there is a scene. There's stuff available for you. You're not shit out of luck. Everybody playing in these lobbies, like I'd say, 90% of the pros that played last year are playing. I guess the biggest exits are Formal, Legend, Renegade, Lucid, and Snakebite, right? I think everybody outside of those, 5 or 6 are still actively participating. Some big exits, for sure, but could be worse. What's up, Unknown? Oh, yeah, mental. Yeah, okay. There are more exits than that. You're right. I haven't seen Ryan do play yet this season. There's definitely, a good chunk of Halo players that maybe aren't actively competing. But I do think, a lot of our top talent is still sticking around. And we do have contention, too, right? It's nice to see Shopify not just have, an easy, breezy route through the bracket. Bound? Yeah, Bound is, not, publicly, really, right? Because we still have yet to see a proper announcement. But he's playing. Bound is grinding. He's got a team right now. We're just waiting for a finalization on, whether he's representing FaZe or not. But I think he will be. I'm planning on attending a Halo Fest. If there's a gamers outreach component, like a charity event happening, which I assume there would be, then hopefully, right? Because we streamed for charity last year. And it's in Seattle. It's the same venue again, right? So I assume I would just try to do the same thing as last year, is participate with Gamers Outreach and do a charity stream. That'd be dope. If so, I'll see you there. Had a lot of fun last time. Pretty confident looking King of the Hill so far right now. For Drunken team. They're down 3-1 in the scrim. They got a good perimeter around this. Making sure to watch the bottom mid angle is big for whoever this player is. I think it might be Boo Boo. It's Druck, my bad. He knows what his team is covering and what's not being watched, right? So it's his job to man the center of the map, the bottom mid angle. Coming off a spawn here to try to get control back. Spawns are flipping right now. Meaning that Penguin and team have an opportunity. Picked up Syrian. Yeah, hopefully that stays as it is. The longer we go without an official announcement, the less I or the more I, hesitate to talk about them being FaZe. Let's just kind of let the announcement come out and confirm it so we can hop back on the bandwagon. I also don't see them playing. There's a chance that they could all be offline or something though. I'm gonna have to work even harder to find them. Because I think Bound has been appearing offline for 500 days or something on his Xbox account. So, if I wanted to watch him play, I don't even think I can, I guess if I go into his recent matches. How you doing, Dav? Welcome, man. Mr. Dav is unsubbed? No way. Personal trash talk is the best trash talk. Real drama, not no screaming and yelling and then fist bumpings. You want real drama? That's the problem. Isn't that the problem? Somebody got to help a man's out. This is Boo Boo. It's not going to pull the kill feed, though, so it's hard for me to switch it. We'll go truck number 3. Jackson, I think, number 4. Who's this? Jackson, number 4. Bound had a 1v1 with Collect yesterday. K also had a FaZe emblem, which is where that rumor started. So you're thinking there's a chance that K might be getting a pickup? Dude, that is this is why I sort of hesitate to get too invested in like the next up dialogue. Like obviously, you know, I got a channel I'm running here. I want people to get invested in Halo. We're broadcasting their Scrim, you know, so I'm thinking like is Sirion next up? I know he's got potential to be. But like let's say that FaZe or Mog decide that the team isn't really working out early on, they decide to pick up Collect. Well, I just look like a schmuck, bro. I just talked it up, you know, and it's like it didn't end up happening. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Smoke? How you doing? So, hopefully they're just playing for fun, you know, and Collect is kind of just leading into the narrative. But until there's an official announcement, they could be trying things out, you know. They would have to figure it out this week, though, for the record. So, like, it's like the qualifier. I guess they technically don't, but you'd want to. Like, they'd want to qualify for DreamHack. So if they're gonna, whatever team they sign up for the qualifier with should be like 100% the team that they'll have for DreamHack, right? And whoever FaZe is picking up, they plan to announce before DreamHack. So I feel like if they're thinking about playing with Collect, they got to be scrimming like now and making the decision. If anything, it's already too late, you know? They got some practice with Sirion. I don't know. Sirion, Collect, the Legend? Yeah, I don't know. And I'm hearing Legend was recently playing some Halo, chat. If you guys aren't aware, just yesterday he played 5 games or something like that. He played a little bit of Halo. So maybe catching up with the scene. He still has ties, you know? He's still got ties to the community. It's like the Draza and Scrap drama makes all the matchups good. Yeah, I think the big difference with COD and Halo is... I mean, their communities are somewhat similar, but COD is a mature rated game. And they lean into that. They sort of are... The CDL is like more accepting of trash talk and drama like that. I guess there is still like players still get fined. I think that stuff still happens, but it seems like CDL is a little bit more lenient on like what's acceptable as far as swearing, you know, being crashed, like trash talk, things like that. And I feel like maybe Halo's trying to cater to like a different population, being rated teen, and they might, you know, might not be as appreciative of it. But then the audience is the same regardless of what they're attempting to do, right? Like, or similar at least. I don't know. There's a bigger discussion here that we're not going to have right now. Dude, he's too good at the game. Yeah, Collect's nasty. I mean, we got a lot of players who are so good at the game, just don't really want to compete unless they feel like they have good opportunity to win something. 3 seconds left in this, by the way. There's no way they heroically saved 2. Oh, my God. Sliver away from the cap. They could have had it. I could be a little bit more locked in, chat. My bad, but Team Druck come out with the late dub, I believe. Bring the series a little closer. 3-2 now. Yeah, I do think if Legend came back, everybody wants to see 2024 SSG, you know? Who wouldn't want to see them bring that roster back? Oh, this is good news. Yeah, because I saw like a bunch of clips about this, like having a shared chat on stream. Hold on.
In this, this is something that in most cases we had not been proactively managing or policing, putting combined chat on screen. But it was the case that if a report was made, then we were issuing warnings. And that was what happened recently for Giguk. And I don't think, in hindsight, we've definitely heard the feedback. And so to be clear, we are updating our enforcement guidelines to make sure we are not issuing enforcement actions.
Cool. I mean, great, because I've been kind of ignoring that the whole time, bro. Basically, if you have a shared chat on screen, and there's like YouTube chatters in the chat, you can get like your Twitch stream banned or something like that. Like they had some enforcement action they were taking against some of maybe the bigger streamers that were doing it. I've been doing it for over a year now, sharing the chat on screen. So people have been like warning me about it, like it's going to be a problem. Twitch has never reached out or made it an issue, but if they're going back and you know, not enforcing any kind of, you know, I'm not going to get in trouble anymore, then great. I don't have to worry about it. Did I like D's performance last tourney? I did. Descender was gross. Yeah, man, it was a good tournament for Trippy and team. They put up a fight. Unfortunately, they didn't win it. After, you know, winning winner side. But can't say I'm surprised with the way that Shopify, you know, play when they're in form, right? Year and a half, yeah, sure, whatever. And it was never an issue though, right? It's never been a problem, and I'm kind of a like, until it becomes a problem, I'm not gonna worry about it kind of guy, you know? And I'm glad it never has to become a problem. What are my thoughts on Huntsman Lucid? Probably not gonna happen. I saw Lucid playing COD ranked. That's pretty cool. I don't think he genuinely wants to compete in COD though. All right, we got to figure out who's what. Penguins team is 5 through 8. Suppress is number 6. Little CTF action on Aqua. Hoping to drive that flag home. Looks like it will be returned. Falcated with the skill jump up to the window, though, for a last-second save. Won't find it. Huntsman APG. That'd be dope.
Enemy flag returned.
Enemy flag carrier revealed.
I do not have observer chat. Nobody is live, and I don't really know how to... You know, I assume that if nobody's live, they don't really...
Enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
You know, they're kind of workshopping things. Like, I don't think that these... This may be a new team, it may not be, right? Like,
Another one put down.
I don't want to just kind of get in the middle of it until they feel comfortable enough to put at least one live POV up
Flag.
on Twitch. And then when they do that, we can bombard them with hype train and, you know, try to get an observer going. So what I'm doing is just one team at a time. You've got a kill feed in the left hand of the screen, so hopefully it gives you some awareness. And I'll try to just, like, tell you who we're watching as we go. Sab is number 5 here. Do you know that Lucid is currently... I saw that he was grinding it. Yeah, I did. That doesn't mean he's going to go play COD competitive, though. I think Lucid is just kind of doing whatever he feels like for now. The fuck are these teams? These are 2 new teams. I just don't know if they're 100% confirmed. But again, with the DreamHack qualifier coming up, they're going to have to make that switch and lock it in quickly, right? So we got Yaxon on this roster, or on Boo-Boo's team. Drux, Soul Snipe, Boo-Boo, Yaxon. And then Penguin, Sab, Foul, and Suppressed. So no more Obviously. And Piggy and Yaxon are not playing together, I guess. If this goes successfully. Renegade and Legend back to Halo.
Enemy flag
Yes,
returned.
yes. Camo available here, top mid. This is Penguin watching over at number 8 in the lobby. He'll get denied. Falcated, number 7. Okay, he's denied as well. They'll get a flag off that. The last second save, currently 2-0. One team at a time here, chat, so I'm sticking with the team that happens to be fighting from the back foot, so bear with us. Who's the new teams? They're on screen, Weasel. They're on screen. We got Yaxon playing with Boo-Boo, Druk and Soul Snipe. And we've got Sab playing with Penguin's team. Trying to keep their flag alive right now. About cleans up 1. Should have this return with 2 dead. Holy stacks it. They're hitting out the map quickly here. I don't know if I like that he went back for the flag, but I guess he wants to make sure that he gets it secured. Kind of lost timing. Suppress is now alone in the front courtyard. We've got util side control, at least a little bit. Yeah, no, this is not going through. Yaxon with a big double. 3 dead right now. Penguin now last alive in P1. He gets deleted. They're going to push up on the map and do it quickly. They should be able to get the util fast enough to force back base and fridge spawns. You got fridge spawns right here. Penguin going to be last spawner into the fight. Is there a phase roster change? I don't know. I hope not, considering how much we've been kind of covering the team and you know, I wanted to see them stick together. I don't know, though. Chat's telling me that Collect was playing with Bound yesterday, and he had a phase emblem on. So they're using it as like a supposed intel. Apparently Legend was playing Halo recently as well. Thoughts on the rest days from Halo? For example, these guys played 3 straight days and only took Monday as a break. Do you think their CNS would need a few more days to fully recover? Yeah, I mean, potentially. Gaming's always been this weird, like, gray area where you can do a lot more of it without, like, hurting or overworking yourself, right? Like, I think in sports, there's, like, a clear, or more of a clear line that you can draw with, like, overdoing it and all the little kind of rehab steps you got to take to remain in peak form. In gaming, it's not well, like, researched, right? And understood on how best to manage your playtime versus health, right? So I don't know. I mean, the standard with gamers is they put in, 10 to 14-hour days, and it's very normal. But it's also why you see young player burnout very quickly, right? There's a high prioritization over, kids like age 18 to 22 are prioritized over people in their late 20s. And you see people in their late 20s, maybe burning out or retiring, whether that was due to the way that they approached competitive or just the industry. I don't know. Anyway, there's a big topic there. The thing is, we've got a qualifier this weekend, so they probably feel like they need to practice. They need to figure this shit out. Like, Shopify aren't grinding right now. Trippy's team is not scrimming. I don't think. I haven't checked. Teams that are solidified in their standing might feel less incentive to get right back to the grind instantly. But these teams that don't have a footing and don't even have confirmed rosters kind of feel like they need to workshop this to catch up, right? So, here we are. What happened to FaZe? Nothing has happened to FaZe that I'm aware of. We're just speculating on some developments. But as far as I'm aware, FaZe is, or the rumored FaZe is still the same team. Until I hear otherwise. I lost my kill feed. Trash talk. Yeah, we saw there was some trash talk last weekend, Noctis. How you doing? Been a while. Haven't seen you in a bit, Noctis. Hope you've been well. Last weekend we had Cycle just like yelling, "You're dog shit, fucking dog shit" at the end of the tournament. And a lot of players screaming and whatnot. And some people on Twitter kind of criticizing it, or people in the Halo community think that it sort of detracts from the esport, like it takes away some of the professionalism, or it makes sponsors less interested in the sport. I don't really know what the concern is. I was thinking we look at some of the Reddit posts and talk about it, but we got preoccupied with scrims. Something special about gaming? Extend focus, repetitive use, and managing nerves is difficult? Sure. It's definitely nowhere near as exhausting as playing a real sport, But I do think that like hand health and posture and things like that are sort of under recognized, especially in some of the smaller esports. Like I think if you're playing League of Legends or CS:GO or like something that's a lot more popular, like I'm pretty sure all the pro teams have like experts like physiotherapists and like people who understand the rehab side of being a pro player and can make sure everybody's educated and at peak performance. But in games like this, in Halo, like there's no not enough financial backing to justify it. So as Brain Dead, talking smack has always been part of gaming or any sport. Yeah, no, I know, Weasel, but the world's also different these days, right? So it's like the type of trash talk that we had back in the day, as fun or entertaining as that was, like a lot of that shit would not fly today. Like some of the words exchanged back in the day, right? So like, at least in that regard, like people need to be, I guess there's like, we're a little bit more strict with like what's acceptable as far as trash talk is concerned. You can call it soft, whatever. I think it's all good fun, like as long as it stays in the game. And as long as it's not like racist or, you know what I mean? Or like political or just something that's like obviously going to cause problems. But I also, I'm just trying to, it's just a discussion is all. We got a tie game, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes left in this. He dies. Okay, I lost my kill feed again, so here we go. Sab had it. Foul had it. Sab POV number 5. Playing some defense here. They lost their numbers in util.
Plasma grenades acquired.
As long as it doesn't get physical. Yeah, we've had that happen before as well, and that's obviously a problem. That's the thing is I do feel like our community does know when to draw the line. Some people kind of get a little bit too sensitive sometimes, for sure. Can't speak on Xbox Live today the way you could in 2008. Exactly. And back in MLG, you know, they sort of maybe allowed things that would not fly today in 2008 as well, you know?
Camo available.
Got to get more creative with it. I agree. You do have to get more creative with it. I think if it's like, if the pros were passionate and they were talking smack and it wasn't like outright F-bombs, then people would probably have less concerns, and maybe that's like the, I don't know. You got to use the, drop the F word swearing, you know, sparingly. I don't know. How do you control them, you know? Yo, Derelict, one day you got to actually say something in the chat, brother. This is the 3rd time. You just come in caps. This guy in caps, he just laughs, and then he leaves. He has nothing to say. And I never understand what the point is. If he's laughing at me, if he's laughing at Halo, if he's laughing at himself, he could be laughing at himself. Good alley-oop. They save it at 3-2 with 1 minute left.
1 minute remaining.
Anyway, and then never says anything else. Laughing with me? They got 40 seconds to get their act together. Get double hit out on Fridge here. This is not looking good. Can we force 1? We will get a beat down. That's not going to be good enough. Everybody dead in Fridge here. Penguin POV off of respawn. Suppress making a hit out to Pink. If he succeeds, they'd have an opening, but they did not. Just being trapped on Pink side of the map is not ideal, right? You want progress through util. And Penguin's doing it all alone right now. 20 seconds to get to the flag. Big cleanup. 3 dead. Hit the jump. He's going to be watched from util, though. I kind of like the fact that he didn't even hit the jump. He would have got cleaned up. Nice execution on Boo Boo, making 2 dead once again. 10 seconds to find the flag. I think he missed his jump. He's getting pelted by nades. Somebody's got to touch the pole, bro. Sab out the door through the util. Might be able to get on his screen. Sudden death. Peak shots here at a foul. Turns on 1 more. We're actually making it happen. Sab's got it to util. Suppressed with the collection. We go to OT. Holy shit. This is live scrims between 2 brand new teams, chat. Or at least 1 player has changed on each roster.
Do watch your head.
So, well, some players are taking a break. Other players are right back to practice. I mean, keep in mind, like, Druck and Soul Snipe, they spent the whole weekend just watching the tournament from home, right? They've been fiending to get a practice in, especially watching, like, you're watching your boys play high-level Halo and you can't participate. Like, no wonder some of these guys are down to get right back to it. Pendulum swung too far in one direction? Yeah, for sure, Tone. That's for sure a thing. It's really tricky to navigate with the internet. Thanks for keeping the scene in the top feed. Oh, good to see, Guac. And share it around, like the broadcast, anything you could do to get it on more people's homepage. That would be dope. We got 4 dead, a flag out through bottom mid. That might be game. Druck team trying to overextend. They got 2. Keep in mind, we are watching a bit of a scuffed... You know, I have to use spectator mode to cover this. I'm sticking with 1 team at a time, so I can't go with the team that's running flag now. If I do, the whole lobby will change color. But we got a route here through util. Car side run, they might get it in. The back of the map, nobody's got any space to extend on it, right? That's a easy breezy cap. Right up to the window. Good clutch. Kind of not surprised seeing Druck and Soul Snipe coming out with the CTF, with the way these guys play CTF. They're very difficult to deal with. Never care for it. Feels kind of trashy. What and where's the line? Yeah, I think that's what we've been kind of trying to figure out, right, Death? Where's the line where it's like everyone's on the same page? and that it brings value to the esport. Somebody made a note that other popular esports don't have trash talk like Halo did last weekend. Like apparently Valorant and like the CS or League of Legends, like, do they not have trash talk? I don't know. There's got to be some. I'd like to see the Halo scene grow out of it and be more respectful to each other, but that's just me. I mean, there needs to be rivalries. Like, people love drama and rivalries, right? Like, I think the stuff that gets the most attention in our community is storylines. You know, a little bit of bad blood that doesn't leave the game makes the esport more entertaining to watch and keep up with. Yeah, like having none of it isn't fun. How many years do you think pros like this spent playing? Like this? What? Okay, so any pro in this lobby has probably been playing Halo since, you know, like they were younger than 10 years old. Like I do feel like there's a stark, like, noticeable trend in gamers. And the younger you start, the better you are, kind of. You know, like, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's like anything. You know, like you look at Last Shot, he was playing since I think he could barely hold a controller. Same with somebody like Shotzi. Like they've been playing their whole lives. So there's definitely something to be said about starting young. Doesn't mean you can't be a high quality player starting late in life, but you know, this is a trend in sports as well. As the younger you start, the better off you generally are. More time to figure it out. More it becomes just part of your freaking identity, you know? Now, could these players do much outside of play the game? I don't know, right? Got to make sure everything's a balance. Bound Renegade rivalry was peak? Yeah, oh, was it? The Bound Renegade rivalry? Am I missing something? Oh, I guess, yeah, when they talk shit when they 1v1, but it's, I don't know if it's, yeah, I guess, yeah. It was fun watching them play, like, Halo 5 and talk shit to each other. I never saw that as like a full-on rivalry, you know, as much as just like two kind of competitive bros in a way, you know. Almost like a Lunchbox and Roy, you know. Cycle is 20. I think Cycle's 20. What do you expect? Yeah, sure. I think a bit of trash talk is bad, but they shouldn't go too far. Yeah. The idea of what too far is you know what I mean? It's subjective from person to person, and we live in the internet age where everybody's got an opinion, you know, so there's kind of no way to navigate that. We're on board with Druck and team for this game. Chat, the Scrim, I believe, is tied 3-all, which is spicy. Got some oddball recharge on screen. Crazy rotate out of Yaxon. Yaxon's a new addition to this team. I'm not sure if he's sticking, but good to see something different. Uwu dies and the ball rotate here. Druck looking to defend. He'll drop as well over to Soul Snipe. Last survivor on the team, and he hits a corner. Smart way to play his life, right? Recognizing he's the last survivor, turns a bad situation into an advantage, right? Hiding on the perimeter, letting his opponent come to him. Pretty even scrims, yeah. Listen to either the Tide the Lead podcast, Bound and Renegade definitely had a rivalry. Yeah. Even if they did still get on together. I think Renegade strikes me as somebody who has a rivalry with, like, everybody. Anybody good at the game, you know? Like, kind of, right? Like he's so dead set on being the best that, like, even if you're his teammate, you're still his rival, you know? Like, and I think Bound's kind of similar. So there's an automatic clash that took place. Like, the Renegade is not just winning, he wants to be the best on any team he's a part of.
Way to victory. Enemy has the ball.
What an era we live in. Playing games where the objective is to kill people, yet trash talking your opponent is too far. Yeah. That is quite funny, isn't it? I think it's that every game, yeah, because not every game is quite like that, right? I can understand that you get different demographics of people that play different esports. So, like, Marvel Rivals is a different demographic than, like, COD, right? So if you go to the Marvel Rivals community, the types of people that play the game and their personalities and what's acceptable to them and what's acceptable to, like, a COD fan or a Halo fan, you know what I mean? It's a different world. Every little gaming community is like its own little world. And I think the tricky thing with Halo is Halo has it's got a large population of like the dude bro COD guys, and it also has a population of like the Marvel rivals. Like, I don't know how to explain this in a, you know, in an eloquent way. But Halo is like has it's more than just a shooter. It's a creative game, right? You build with Forge, you play Griffball, you play social, you don't even have to shoot your gun in Halo. You get what I mean? Yeah. Halo's kind of a weird midpoint of that, where it like doesn't really know what audience it wants to grab as much as it just wants everybody, but then sort of also hasn't fully capitalized on any audience. Skyers.
Ball dropped.
You could really just say very liberal, very conservative, or something like that. I don't know.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Enemy has the ball.
Right, Viltrumite, but again, different world back then.
Enemy has the ball.
Again, we got a closely contested game of Oddball. Good to see. Trying to make their way to break the setup. Truck POV here. Finds Penguin, good awareness. Somehow doesn't get the cleanup on goal despite seeing the guy come in through glass, right? Those are shots you really need to hit.
Ball dropped.
Try to guarantee the play ball here. They do have camo control at the very least. I believe this is Boo Boo Doo Boo. Typically the camo controller. Hold on to it. Make it 3 dead. Easy chance to rotate the ball. He can throw it up the yak and then turn and burn. Hopefully stay alive. Yeah, they got sightlines on him. Soul Snipe maybe a little bit late to his rotate and tower to help, but he does get a 5 on suppress. That'll make it easier. They're stuck in A. Boo Boo in the center of it all. Ooh, that clamber. That nade. It's not the ideal entry into the fight, but Yak doing his thing, man. They try to force play the ball instead of get kills. And fumble that too. A little bit awkward. Boo Boo with the cleanup. Shot coming up here shortly, but they're looking to close out the round. We got 20 seconds.
The lead. Nearing victory.
It was an older audience? Yes. More mature. More sophisticated. That's what I'm saying.
Ball dropped.
10 seconds to close this out. Might be getting pinched out through Turbine, but he does have his teammates helping him. He is right most on the perimeter, so anybody that comes through pipes will hit him first. He's got to be ready to play. At 97, we drop his center map. Foul with a big 1v1. Got to keep baiting the ball here somehow. Should be advantage state, right? But they go 2 dead. Truck drops here too. I believe this is Soul Snipe, who's the last survivor on his team, doing anything he can to keep his life, right? Sap with ball. Boo Boo off a spawn. I'm not sure what number he is. This is Yaxon, I believe. They got 1 chance to hit this out. So many times we've seen this in Oddball. Druck is the one making the impact right now. I can't actively... I'm going to go to him anyway. I won't have kill feed. Soul Snipe dies. He can't make it in time, can he? Through Turbine. Yaxon with the save at 98. Druck with the jump. Beautiful jump! Oh my god. Yak here. Is it enough? It's not. A little bit of indecisiveness when they hit that out, right? Like, and I get it because they don't want to just run it down and then die and then it's chalked.
Incoming.
I wonder if that sort of affected their timing. Like Druck like wanted to go whirl and then he pivoted and then it ended up going back to bat ledge and they sort of saved it, but they took so much damage. Tough scenario regardless. Yeah, we don't have the kill feed. I gotta figure out who has it. It's gotta be this guy. I believe this is Sab. We'll find out. Soul Snipe, sorry. What am I saying? Who's crying about trash talk? Twitter. A little bit of an internet discourse. Some tweets about trash talk being cringe. And that we need to move away from it. Camo control for suppress, but he is the last survivor, so there might be a cleanup opportunity here for Team Druck, and it looks like they go through. Good use of a nade. We got shot control. Jackson POV with the shock. Soul Snipe trades his fight in A. Jackson has a teammate to his right. They need kills for the ball.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Might have a chance to rotate this to back C. I like that he brings the fight out to center map where his teammates can potentially watch him. Instead of trying to take a fight in pipes that would have been isolated. Wait, not battle educate somebody, Chalice. They got 2 dead here. This is a big opening. 2 dead and a perimeter. Should be forcing spawns in A. Somebody split long. I think that player might have split in long haul. Yeah, actually not worried about it. Drugs got it contained. Ah, didn't quite get the lineup. Boo Boo in the meantime with the ball. Will get pushed out. Can't actively see it right now. He does. Said everyone wanted him to lose, so now he'll be a villain. Yeah. I don't even know if it's that people want... I don't know, yeah. I mean, this happens to... It's not even just Shopify, right? I think this happens to any team that's winning. Something to understand is I don't think spectators like to see the same team win too often. Too many times in a row, right? At some point, you're going to get people preying on the downfall, preying on the underdog. They want to see something different. Doesn't mean they don't like you, but, you know. I think it just kind of comes with the territory. Ooh. And if it's not the spectators, it's going to be the pro players who are gunning for you. Yeah, nobody wants him to steamroll, you know?
Ball dropped.
I believe Soul Snipe POV in pipes here. Not going to win the fight with foul. Should be an immediate cleanup for Yaxin. He's got the camo here, too. Camo shock inbound, if he can get to it. Spot somebody long haul. Feel like without getting hyped and some rivalry trash talk, you're going to lose some of the best players. You're going to lose the best players? What do you mean? They're not going to... Look, people aren't going to leave the sport if they start cracking down on trash talk. I don't think, you know, like the pros' passion for Halo goes beyond that. They would just get, like... They would just be more careful about how they show it, you know? But I hear you. Frosty said the setups at the event felt horrible, and there was a lot of input delay. That sucks. But as long as everybody was experiencing it, then I guess it's fine, right? Because, like, keep in mind, we're playing on Xboxes up next at DreamHack, right? So, like, if anything, it was, you know, warmed you up for what you're about to experience on Xbox. What's the roster intel? So we got 2 fresh rosters on screen. Binds. We got Yaxin playing with Druck and Soul Snipe. Druck, Soul Snipe, Boo Boo, Yaxin. And we've got Penguin team with Sab. So it's Penguin, Falcated, Suppress, and Sab. They're scrimming right now. I'm on board with, I believe, yeah, Boo Boo on Druck and Soul Snipe's POV. Or their team for the game. In Oddball round 2. Not 100% sure these teams will stick, but I think they're going to have to figure it out soon. Because we have a qualifier this weekend. Your dog poop, yeah. Or Turtle, what's up, brother? Doing excellent, man. Doing excellent. Can't complain. Hope you're doing well. Getting them ready for what's to come. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, I definitely was wondering, like, the amount of resets. Bro, I mean, the biggest L in that tournament was the downtime. It was terrible. Like, worse than usual, right? There was so much downtime between games and technical issues. And it's Halo Infinite, bro. Halo Infinite has had tech issues for 5 years, which is a big shame. But we've had events that, you know, went a lot smoother. So I'm not sure what specifically happened. And it makes me think that there was either, like, significant, like, persistent audio issues or, like, latency or something the pros were dealing with that had them continually reset games and, like, wait between games, you know? Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it was rough, you know? It's like, even between games in a series, we were really, like, a lot of cooldown time. It made it tough to kind of, you know, stay energized. Like, our Champ Sunday was a 12-hour day, nearly. I had an 11-hour stream. Just a long day for considering the amount of matches we watched. Do you know more about the collect intel? I didn't follow it closely. Verb, what do you got, man? Phase collect? No way. Don't troll me. Don't troll me, bro. Soul Snipe with the shock.
Shock rifle available.
I need to know for sure. I saw Bound was chilling in Snakebite's chat the other day, and he said something about
Enemy has the ball.
about the HCS announcement
Never stop believing, Spark.
that HCS was ending, and that it might have chalked the team vibe a little bit. Bound cut Sirion lose. He's a piece of shit. Are you being for real, bro? I feel. Oh man, I don't know.
10 seconds.
Bro, I've literally been like. I've been gassing the whole like Sirion edition. I literally just posted a video yesterday saying this could be FaZe Halo's next superstar.
Round
100%. I never know if I can take verbs seriously, guys. I don't know. I'm not sure. I literally said this could be FaZe Halo's next superstar. I feel bad now. Fuck.
Just one more win. One more and we survive this.
Chad, I just need to like somebody wake me when the team's like forms. I need to just go to sleep and then wake up when the team is created. Edit the title? I mean, it's still Sirion's gameplay. The guy was frying. A lot of non-issues wouldn't be a thing if people learned to take themselves, not take themselves so seriously.
kill.
Oh, just Halo's next superstar? Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah. Then where do you think Sirion goes? Fuck, man. At this point, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Fuck. Talking that much smack when you're head and shoulders the favorites is a choice. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I think that was one of the criticisms from the community is people, it was like, it wasn't even just the trash talk. It was the fact that people were talking shit in a tournament for $15,000 and it was Shopify. Like the clip was Shopify
Enemy has the ball.
talking shit. And then people were saying like, yeah, you're playing against plumbers or some shit. Like, I think, but like a lot of the people are kind of like, why are you discrediting? You say head and shoulders, but like that also kind of discredits their competition. Like their competition is excellent too. Like Trippy's team played very well. They beat them in the winter bracket. Even Piggy's team got a win on them in the winter bracket, right? So like, I don't know, just acting like they're so much better. They shouldn't be talking shit. It's also like, you have to know the context, right? Like Descendant and Trippy's team were like screaming dead. They were screaming their own version of trash talk throughout the game as well.
Enemy has the ball. Ball drop.
Releasing a standalone campaign game as a Halo Studios next move is a huge L. For the competitive crowd, yeah. Yeah. I'm sitting here hoping that the more casual fan base and that the PlayStation players who haven't touched a Halo game in over a decade will at least appreciate it and feel, like
Ball drop.
it's something to look forward to. All I care about is just Halo, is that the narrative around Halo is that we're back on track, you know? It doesn't even need to be Halo is saved. It's just that that the correct steps are being taken in a direction. And then give me the multiplayer as well, please.
Enemy has the ball. Ball drop.
Them being champs shouldn't take away their right to get their head. Yeah. Get in the heads of the team they're playing. Yeah, it shouldn't take away their right to talk shit. People acting like the pros can't take it. You know, like, what do you do? Like, they're talking trash to, like, the only competition remaining in the tournament. Like, as if these guys are going to, like, quit playing Halo because Shopify beat them and talk shit. Like, I don't know. Anyway. Some of it's definitely, like, kind of, tone deaf, and we can't control it.
Available.
Luminon is scrimming Soul Snipes team tomorrow. Okay, good to hear. Thank you, Courtney. We got intel. Can somebody go live, and can we give a hype train to, what, Trippy or Descendant or something to maybe hop me in the lobby? That'd be amazing. What do I have to do?
We have the ball.
Whose dick do I gotta suck? No, I'm kidding.
You're an outlaw.
What do I gotta do to get an observer POV? You know what I'm saying? Please.
Gain the lead.
I got
Ball
awesome, generous gifters that might get a hype train going. Got that intel. Good to see Courtney. Y'all killing it. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Word Turtle? Like, you know what I'm saying, man? I don't know. I'm singling you up. Yo, what the fuck? It's a joke, chat. Jesus.
Ball drop.
See, watch. And then you clip it out of context, and then I'm the asshole all of a sudden. Gotta be so careful. Yeah, that too. Oh, God. 46 to 22 here. It's been a while since we actually talked about the game in front of us, right? We were scooping the ball out for a seaside setup.
We have the ball.
I believe, at least.
Ball dropped.
Yep.
We have the ball.
He has the support of Soul Snipe in front of him. They got one dead already. Jackson and Druck manning A here on the right side. Soul Snipe watching left in case somebody hits through long haul. Looks like nobody's done that yet.
Ball
Of
dropped.
course, I switch the moment they start
We have the
dying.
ball. Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball dropped.
Can you do the off-map play? Oh, he shouldn't have jumped. I think he was maybe trying to line up the off-map jump. Not that it would have mattered. 62 seconds off that, though. Camo coming up.
Has the ball. Ball dropped.
Pros love competition and trash talking. Builds rivalries. Yeah.
Active camo available.
Why not be casting? What about him?
Ball dropped.
Shyway, random question, but do I like bison or Wagyu meat? Wagyu, yeah. It's very good. I've never had bison. I'd be down.
Plasma grenades obtained.
I am not picky, bro.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the
I used to
ball.
read these comics called Asterix and Obelix. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's like a French comic, Asterix and Obelix, if I'm even saying that correctly. And they would hunt and eat boar. Like, they loved boar. They would eat it, like, every chapter. And it looked so good. And I've never tried boar. Like, I've always wanted to... Just after reading that comic, I'd always wanted to just try it. Because they made it look so good. Asterix and Obelix, right? Dude, they eat boar, like, all the time. That's like their personality. Right?
Perfect. We have the ball.
And, like, it's just kind of like a random thing.
Nearing victory.
It's like a wild pig, I guess. I don't know.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Bison burgers is probably pretty good.
Ball dropped.
18 seconds to close this set. Can we make it?
Ball dropped.
Trying to wait for an opportunity to... Oh, that pinch is huge. Jackson got to do something about that. He's preoccupied in tower, though. Can't conveniently drop down. They lost two.
Enemy has
I'm going to try to reconvene with his teammate that's with him. I think he had a teammate in tower. Druck went bottom mid. As he hits that turbine here. They're running out of time to make it an attempt. Gotta be so careful not to take too much damage from tower here, too. Or from gold. Making sure they chow together.
the ball. Ball dropped.
Run as a pet boar? Oh,
Enemy has
my bad.
the ball.
Oh my god, that did not work out, right? Foul with a G-slide, beat down, whiff. Got deleted. 1 minute left, the ball rotate here for Penguin and team as they try to keep it away. They're losing their numbers, though. This is a good opportunity to win the game. Or at least get some ball control.
We have
Partial headshot, cleaned up by Soul Snipe. Boo Boo coming out with a kill as well. Numbers advantage, and Druck sitting on the side of the stacks as they clean up the rest of them. Spawns and A are open.
ball dropped.
Allied
Jackson anticipating that. Shit's getting dicey. Gotta win this fight. It's huge.
next time.
3v3, I think, on the map in a second here as they spawn. Soul Snipe alone watching ball.
Ball dropped.
Kind of scrappy, right? Like, I feel like they might have had an opportunity to go back C with it, and they chose not to.
Enemy has the ball.
I don't know if that's because they wanted to contribute the camo or something, but they might pay the price. Drunken Soul Snipe's team is staggered now. Boo Boo with Penguin. Camo available here, too. We can't worry about it. Jackson gets cleaned up on route. Soul Snipe coming off a spawn here to contribute, but he's too far and he doesn't have teammates. This might be unwinnable.
Enemy
Did they throw it away? Last second flank here. I think this is Druck. At 98. There's no hope.
defeat.
Wow. Penguin and team coming out with a win. Every single one of these games has been insanely close. I don't really know what that means, right? These two teams are very well contested, but they're both relatively new. So, like, where would they stack up outside of this matchup, you know? Sorry, that was Team Penguin, not... So it's 4-3 the other way around. Bearded dragon or house gecko? No freaking idea, Brins. Neither. Neither. I don't think I want to own either of those.
Slayer.
Make it easy to add friends across all platforms, too, for the love of God. On what, the next Halo? Yeah, that'd be nice. Like cross-platform play and all that. I saw the thing about combined chat. I like your tweet. I liked it. I'm pretty sure. That's nice. I wasn't going to make the change anyway. You know, I was going to wait until somebody had a problem with it until I actually, like, changed it. I'm glad I don't have to. We're jumping into, I believe, game 8 in the Scrim chat. We're going back on board with Sab and Penguin and team. Sab is number 8 in this lobby. Penguin is number 7. Suppress number 6. Meaning foul is number 5. Something to keep in mind. Hopefully I remember. Okay, cleaned up. Foul right now. Dies as well, leaving Suppress. I think it's the final survivor. His teammate Penguin off his spawn here. To get them off the camo. Huge cleanup up Suppressed. Looking for 3. Bring back post-game lobby. I agree. That'd be nice. With the audio. Proximity chat. Pre- and post-game lobby. Leaderboards and in-game, like, career records and whatnot. All those things would be nice. Welcome. At least I'd like them. You know, just increase, like, the security features around how you navigate, like, what you interact with. Like, if there's proximity chat and people are concerned that proximity chat is going to be toxic, then just let people turn it off and, like, have it not be a thing, you know? Give people the flexibility to secure their account whatever way they seem fit, but also have the option for those that appreciate it to take advantage of it, you know? I don't know. Playing a Slayer on this map, which is good to see. This is the only Streets map in rotation. We didn't see a single game of Streets at the LAN for unknown reasons, right? We got no Street Slayer for the entire LVT LAN, I'm pretty sure. Lots of vacancy, Solitude, everything else. Aqua is no longer in rotation for Slayer. Something to remember as well. It was replaced by vacancy. Streets is, like, very much needed in rotation, I think. And if we're not going to get oddball, I'll take King of the Hill. I'll take Strongholds. Like, I really do think we need a little bit more Streets in the rotation, man. I miss this map. Watched the video from Psionic in the Discord. I was listening to it yesterday, but I was multitasking, and I felt like I needed to give it my full focus, because it seems like he actually spent time, you know, putting together some sort of ranking system for teams, pro players and teams. I was thinking maybe we watch it together, and then I can, like, lock in on it. What did you think of it, Comics?
Active camo available.
And what I would recommend to him, regardless of whether or not we watch it, is it sounds like it's good content for the Halo subreddit, like the competitive Halo subreddit. And I feel like they would have feedback for him. All the Halo players just on welfare while they play? How they still making enough to pay bills and eat food? I don't know. Everybody's got different circumstances. Gucci, I got no idea, bro. No idea. Some players might have had enough success from previous years in Halo that they can afford to be not making a significant amount of money from the game right now. Some players might be living at home and not paying the bills that other people aren't living at home have to pay. Some of them are very young, you know? Maybe they got their wealth tied up in investments. Maybe they have a side job. Like, I don't know. People got to find ways to live and pursue their passions, you know? My buddy, for example, loves capoeira. He does it on a regular basis, but he still works for... I guess he doesn't compete, though. But he, like, teaches and stuff. But, like, capoeira isn't exactly, like, you know, gonna pay his bills. It's not thriving. But you got to do what it takes to follow what you love. No way that any Halo player is making a living wage in 2026. All of Shopify should be making a living wage. And any pro player that is streaming on a regular basis has a chance of making a decent income if they focus on being more than just a player and being an entertainer in some way, right? It's Brazilian. Yeah, it's like a dance, but also it's a martial art. It's a martial art as well. I think it was disguised as a dance in its origins in order for prisoners, because I think it was just, like, created in prison or so. I don't really know the full origin to it, but it was disguised as a dance. But it was really like a fighting style that they used to defend themselves and, like, escape or something like that. You can compete and work a job at the same time. You can. It is definitely possible. I think that there's a lot of pressure to play as much as possible these days. But I think Halo's been around long enough that if you're like an established pro and you know how to play the game, like it's not like it's fundamentally changing every year. There's not a lot that's changing. I think it's definitely possible for you to have a part-time job at the very least and juggle Halo, or have like school. Like some players are juggling like school courses and whatnot at the same time. This shit is down to the wire. Slaves practice it with music so the owners didn't know it was a fight style. There you go. Thank you, JBM. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. Rumboard was suppressed here at the tail end of this game, by the way. Let's lock in for 10 kills, yeah? 9 kills now. Penguin coming out with 1. They traded. That was a fumble. Oh, my God. He had a one-shot in front of him, didn't clean it up. Pays the price. Now the game is tied, and that busts things wide open. Off a split spawn here, we got Sav's POV, who's looking to keep some sort of an advantage for the team. Not really moving, right? Druck and Soul Snipe and team are in PD. They've been stuck here for some time, just trying to earn trades. They might get obliterated here. Good sticky for 44, 45 as they clean them up. 3-kill advantage. That little choke at a suppress might not hurt the team too badly. Josie and Cod is a good example of being a full-time student. He's a full-time student, and he's playing on Gentlemates. That's crazy, bro. 47. 3 more. I didn't know that. 2 more to close it out. Don't nade yourself. As long as they bait and switch and trade, it should be guaranteed. Which makes Slayers a little anticlimactic, right? There you go. Situations like that, like you have to be playing so disciplined to avoid just getting snowballed. And I feel like in online Halo, people don't try as hard online in scrims in Slayer as they do on LAN. So you just don't get a true late game experience, right? Instead, you just see the snowball continue and then just they get obliterated. In LAN, though, you see like strategies employed that are never, you know, aren't really brought up in scrims. Is Sirion dropped? Verbmaker was telling me that he was, and I don't know. I don't have a confirmation. Don't have a confirmation, bro. I hope that's not the case, because I thought, you know, they were going to stick together. Obviously, I understand the team wasn't exactly like killing it in their performance. They got upset in their first tournament together. Sirion's pretty green. We talked about the fact that he was brought onto a team, sort of like escalated into a top level team faster than usual because of the fact that it's like an off season and there's maybe limited talent. What I'm hearing is that Collect might be interested in jumping in instead. I'm not sure. Collect. Haddock. If what I'm being told is true, and this is just based off my Twitch chat and Verbmaker and you know, people that may or may not be trolling, guys. You got to take it with a grain of salt. Collect is a good pickup for sure. I know he didn't want to play Halo unless he could play with specific people. And I think Druck is that person, you know? If he's playing with Druck, it might change his approach here. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm kind of multitasking. Foul on screen. We focused on their team last game, even though they were obliterating them off the open. I'm trying to find Druck and Soul Snipe's team for a clapback here in CTF. We go one team at a time per game. So we're on board with Yaxon, who's trying to break out off spawn here. Yaxon is a new addition, and he might be trying out for the roster. We don't know if this will stick. There are a lot of last-minute changes happening in advance of the qualifier. We get a qualifier this weekend for DreamHack. Collect just got enough pro points for the elite, so him leaving COD would have to be for a team like that. Oh, interesting.
Flag return.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Is like Collect has been playing COD. I'm not sure if he's found any sort of success. I know he's been bouncing around on teams as well. Similar to Precision. You know, before Precision came back to Halo, it was kind of in a similar spot, right? Makes me wonder how Legend is doing. But we're in a war right now inside Sword. He doesn't end up dying. Yaxon will get his cleanup mid-map. And Druck, after winning that fight long, will give him a chance to extend out the perimeter. You can see his team making the play. Yaxon's going to take his time. and then eventually look to hold the tower spawn. He's got a one-shot inside the cubby here. I like that nade. Connects it into an insta-explode. Clean. Avoids the trade with the headshot execution. Still looking for spawners. Good listen here, right? He kept the one shot. It's an easy cleanup for Druck because he runs it through tower. And now Jackson's the support. Druck taking his time. Oh, I don't like that pickup. Well, maybe a little bit desperate, right? He had a kill opportunity. Obviously, we see more than he does. Did they pay the price, though? Druck still top tower, holding it down. He's number 2 here, okay. No way. That player thinks he's not going to reach out, and then he wins the fight. Sab not respecting Druck on the reach out. And he gets away with murder. A beatdown as well. Flag still moving. I guess Sab was busy, right? They decided to run the flag as Druck dropped. He took advantage of the distraction. They came out and won it. It was a big topic in APG's chat earlier today. I'm not sure the origin of the K intel. Oh, so APG... What did APG say? Did he sort of confirm it in a way, too?
Enemy flags in allied hands. Power items now available.
He was like... Everybody was like, go for Cabal, yeah. Yeah. Or all the Halo pros that were signed with Cabal got let go. Right after the major. Whether they chose to or not. Damn, jumping over rockets off spawn? Okay, boo-boo.
Enemy flag returned.
Not looking so comfortable in the back of the base here, right? With the rocket control, there's an opportunity for a flag counter on Penguin's side. Tower side spawn should be the area we find them. You can see Druck trying to hold it down. Let's see what he can do. 6 bullets in the snipe. Can't quite find an angle on the flag carrier. Hit that! That's the lineup you like to see.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Went to a casino in New Orleans with Boo Boo last month before he wore the hat. That's pretty cool. It's funny to see him wear it on stream. Nice. We'll throw back to Boo Boo. Wow, foul. Not having it. Dives at him with the sniper, deletes him. Despite the work out of Druck, they don't save that flag, right? Goes to a tie. They got to get rid of the players in their base. So Jackson cleaning that up was big. He's been back right now. Boo Boo gets starred. Soul Snipe with a trade. Still a 3v2 as long as they deal with the sniper. As long as you have some sort of an anchor on your opponent's side of the map throughout the game, it's very difficult for your opponents to deal with you, right? It seems to be the name of how to play this, is always have somebody causing chaos on your opponent's side of the map. Sirion, how you doing, man? Just gonna go ahead and say, my bad. If, because I know I've been, like, reaching... I don't know the circumstances, okay? I'm just hearing about this now. I don't know what's confirmed, what's true or not. I hope you're doing good, though. And I know that I've been talking a lot about you being, like, next up. I still believe that, man, regardless of where you go on your team. I just feel kind of bad if I'm, like, leaning into a narrative and then the phase doesn't end up being what I thought it was. But otherwise, good to see you in the chat. Is that why Mog wasn't at the LVT LAN? Not necessarily.
Eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
I'm not 100% sure why they didn't go to the LAN. Whatever Mog decide, they got to figure it out and do it stat, though, bro. Roster intel. So we have 2 new teams scrimming each other right now. So that's intel, in a way, right? Jackson is playing with Soul Snipe, Druck, and Boo Boo. And Sab is playing with Penguin, Suppressed, and Falcated.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
APG's rumor, I guess what I'm being told, and Verdmaker told me this too, is that Collect is supposedly coming to phase instead or something, Sirion? I don't know. You're welcome to weigh in. Pretty last minute switch if that's what they end up doing.
Take our flag. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
You haven't been informed. Ooh. Damn. Okay, okay. Is that how we roll in the community? We make decisions before you know, I don't know. Anyway. I don't know where I want to lean on this. Probably not true. Yeah, here's hoping.
Exposed, Spartan.
Flag returned.
And I think just because 2 players are like gaming together, maybe having a conversation about what's possible, it doesn't mean that a decision's locked in, right? But anyway, not to get you anxious about it. I guess you got to just kind of keep doing your thing, and
Power weapons
we'll see what
on
happens.
field.
yeah. No, so I think the reason why APG maybe leaned in on it is I heard that Chad told me that Collect was playing with Bound and he had a phase emblem on. So it like brought speculation to the scene here. We got a late cap.
Taken off lag.
Dead Pie, how you doing, man? Sirion is Mog. Mog is Sirion. That's what I'm saying, bro. We're gonna have to wait and see. It'll be good? Alright, sounds good, man.
Grenades acquired.
Rooting for you regardless, you know? Final flag here, chat. 5 minutes. If not, I'll still be good. That's the fucking mindset. There you go.
Return.
That's what I'm saying. Confident you will. Good look at snap. 3 dead. We've got an opportunity here. Potentially, John. That's another aspect of this, too.
5 minutes remaining.
If Collect is coming back to Halo, wasn't he on Legend team on COD? They split recently. Legend needs to come back. Apparently, Legend was playing Halo yesterday. He played like 5 games or something like that. If you go to his match history, you can see that he hopped back on Halo. I don't know if that means anything, right? Like, maybe you never know what he's thinking, right? He could very much still compete in COD. But he has been jumping around in a lot of different challengers teams. And I know his mindset towards Halo is salty right now. He doesn't want to have to play Halo. Not many people do. I think if Legend decided to come back, he would have dibs on the SSG, that 2024 roster more than anybody would, right? Hard to imagine Legend coming back and not ending up there. Legend is competing in the EU Challengers scene, according to Twitter. Interesting. That kind of makes sense too, right? Like, let's say he doesn't have a foothold on, like, he doesn't have a sponsor and no reason to, like, justify staying in North America. Maybe he makes waves in Europe just like he did in the Halo community before finding opportunity again. I don't know, man. Depends on his own mission at this point. Dude, that was bullshit. Did he just get nade? Like, he naded himself off of what? A random pixel on the floor, and his own nade chased him into his escape. That's crazy. And then they lose the game. Watch. And then they lose the game. Oh my god. Give me a POV. This is... Okay, Boo Boo's what? Boo Boo's got to be number 3. Soul Snipe POV here. Boo Boo is number 3. Alright, chat. I have limited powers on his spectator mode. Trying to hold this flag, keep it alive.
Flag return.
Halo geometry's been cursed since H3. I think especially the Forge maps. The Forge maps, for whatever reason, maybe to do with the way that certain blockers are laid down in the environment, or
Power weapons have arrived.
I don't know. Oh my god, that was a nice little bank though. Shut him down. Yeah, I do find that a lot of the Forge maps, it's hard to tell where your nades are bouncing, or like sometimes the surface is like not even like what you see, and what this actual surface is not the same thing, you know? Especially on like Solitude, some of that shit is like covered in blockers and it looks like a curved rock, but it's actually like a straight box. Should be an easy cleanup. Not seeing one definitive advantage on either side, right? We've seen a lot of defense from Boo Boo's team, but they haven't gotten through with an actual pull. We got 20 seconds to Rocket and OS. Druck has advanced positioning across the map, and Tower holding off a 2v1. He dies. And if they lose the numbers before the weapons spawn, this could be, you know, dire straits. Druck will spawn before this stuff comes up, but they got to find a way to even the numbers, get a trade. Soul Sniper Druck get 2 big kills. That's it right there. Off the map we go with this weapon. What? And his teammate's watching it, so we're good. Yaks him with a late repulse. Survival on the outside of the map. OS picked up. Soul Snipe with a run here. Druck with the rockets here too. As that flag moves and with extra shields, you think they should be able to secure it. What are we doing? We're just taking damage. Cool. Suppress deleted at 2 dead. Boo Boo here watching him on the escape. Should be a guaranteed flag.
Know where you are.
And that's the importance of securing the weapons. Good play by Yak. Thankfully, his team is watching over him, and he didn't full commit to just dropping off the map. He had a backup plan to keep him up. That was huge. Little bounce back game for a 5-4 scrim, I believe, chat. That was game 9 as we get down to the end of it. A little repulse save, bro.
king of the hill.
Hey, shine bright like a diamond.
Game 10. As we continue, we got Lattice on screen.
Hill incoming.
Might see a reset on this, or just a late start, I guess.
Hill ready.
Foul POV. Straight to bottom mid for the repulse. Into a team nade. I like the idea, though.
Took the hill.
Just did not work out as planned. We'll figure out who's what number on screen here. So it looks like 5 through 8 is Sab, Penguin, Foul. 5 is Foul. King of the Hill on Lattice. Hill controlled already by Druck and team. Snipe control from somebody on Sab. Sab's number 7. He's not going to get out with his life. Penguin dies here too. That was all 4 wiped out. Snipe control for their opponents here. Spawns in tower. They might get rinsed. Something to be wary of off spawn. You can see them hitting out red quickly here.
Enemy about to score.
Sab and Penguin spawn together. Trying to get the snipe out their hands. Good tracking and cleanup. Nobody's nearby though. I think they went 4 dead on the Chal. It's up to Sab. As long as he keeps their attention, this isn't bad, but they're going to lose the hill at this rate. Penguin off a spawn coming back to clear that snipe, but yeah, they don't have time to do both.
Enemy team score.
Best they can hope for is, yeah, wipe out 4. They're in position to control spawns. 1 person should stay A. That's 4. 1 person stay A and spawn control. Yep, so Sab at A. Foul with snipe. This is good. Foul with snipe found a Blaine already. He's out of ammo, damn.
Hill control.
Idea, get a couple pro players as coaches. They got to recruit non-pro players, train them a bit, and be coach. Basically put them together on... Yeah, but how are you going to do that, though? Who's getting paid? You got to pay somebody for that. Getting a pro player to take time away from being a pro to coach somebody who's not a pro to compete? Or that just sounds challenging. You take a retired pro player like a Ryan Noob and pay him to coach up a God Squad. Or he's not retired. Ryan's not retired. But you know what I mean? Like somebody who's like not actively competing. Renegade is not. No, he's on Huntsman. But I heard Boston is forming a new roster or something. Like Spart just joined Boston. And it might be cool to see Renegade go there. I don't know. I think he might be sticking with Huntsman. Very quickly, the hill control flipped, right? Sab looking for an access point to get back here. Gotta find the spawns in C. They still have that anchor. Can he work off suppress to center map? Instead of just running for the flank, he's trying to pick up off his damage. The issue is they got no map progress for this. Penguin finds Soul Snipe.
Enemy about to
Now he's going to try to hit out the lane. They're running out of time. Repulse to the window. Yep, up he goes. Almost dies on route. Teammate will pick it up. No, he's ready. Sab live. Just barely. They got 2 dead. Sab finessing.
control.
Good, nice 3.
S7 sniper.
They're 4th in ice. Easy cleanup. And a good stagger here with the setup. They could convert this into a hill cap. Snipe spawning here too. Spart in for Cammy on Boston. Okay, what about Kenny? What's Kenny doing? Is he not on a team?
About to score.
Penguin with Soul Snipe. They're using the snipe as bait here, right? Oh no, I switched out too early.
Score. Hill
That wasn't
incoming.
good.
Hill.
They capped it regardless.
Enemy team took the hill.
Cool. The freaking kill feed thing makes it so tricky. I never know what player's associated with what number. And then when I lose it, I gotta find who has it. Kenny, rumor for Toronto if Inside doesn't improve after change. Oh, okay.
Hill control.
Yeah, Toronto underperformed at the LAN, right? They had a good-looking team. It felt like Joe DeCease was just hard carrying.
Quantum translocator inbound.
Okay, it's got to be number 2. Or number 6. Number 6, surprise. Sup, Spectre? How you doing, brother? Everyone, what's been going on? We have 2 new rosters here. We've got Yaxon in the lobby, and we have Sab on Penguin's team. So we're just kind of scoping out a little Shyway Scrim sesh. Some rumors of maybe Collect jumping on FaZe in place of Sirion, but they are just rumors. Had Sirion jump in the chat, say that he hasn't been informed. So yeah, otherwise just chilling. Some people got salty on Twitter about trash talk in Halo recently. We talked about that a bit.
Team took the hill.
It's Tuesday vibes, brother. Hope you're doing good. Welcome.
Make those bullets sting, Spartan.
Scrim score behind my head. It's a relatively even scrim. I think it's 5-4, game 10. Looking at inside blue control here for Sab, Penguin, and team. Penguin POV.
Your team about to
Last
score.
at delay? What do you mean last? Do you think the next Halo needs to be more than an arena shooter to regain? Yes, I think so, Sam. Yeah. I think it needs to have a mode that that targets the mainstream, while also doing everything else right somehow. I think it would benefit from that. Like, you saw how much dialogue there was about Infinite needing a battle royale when the game came out. I think Infinite just needed content, but anyway, it just needs something that capitalizes on mainstream. Overkill for Yak. Unfortunately, we're not on their team's POVs. Can't catch them all. Foul with this 5 on Soul Snipe. Right off his spawn. We're going to get a trade here for Suppress. Let's see this. Struck. Bro, this is... Oh, no, I picked the wrong number. Why are people salty about trash talk? Because it's the internet. Nobody knows context. They just see a clip and they make judgments about things. Just a conversation about whether or not trash talk is good for, like, professionalism in the sport. And if it detracts from Halo's ability to gain mainstream popularity, basically, is the conversation. Because somebody was making the point that other esports that are more popular than Halo don't have trash talk like Halo did in those clips. But I don't know if that's true. A BR mode would be amazing. Convinced they made a campaign open world for that reason. Yeah, if only.
Hill control.
I don't think it needs to be BR to a T, but it needs to, like, capitalize on what the mainstream is into. So extraction shooter, BR, like in that sort of ballpark, right? But Halo-ified. Their own unique thing. Should be a lockdown here. I believe this is Sab. I might have to switch off him because I don't have kill feed. Tell me this player does. This is Penguin. Good shots in the drop down. Gonna keep his life for now. Still enough time on the clock to make this dicey, but if they do cap this hill, it's gonna be really tricky for Druck and team. Anytime they burn and route is big here too. Oh, it's gotta be this one. Okay, okay. Penguin's still holding it down. They had a mini BR mode? They did, yeah. I don't know why they got rid of that entirely. Last man standing. That was a pretty cool mode. Like, they didn't need to ditch it. I haven't seen that mode make a comeback since it left, right? Like, years ago. Some good progress on this. Still 2 minutes on the clock. If Druck and team get control, they could very well cap it, though, right? Tie up the game, and it's anyone's after that. Foul center map. Trying to hold on to some sort of defense here. Penguin joining the action. They've lost their coverage. Can they make a hard hit through blue, right? Well, Penguin hits those... It does this damage. He's holding a lot of attention, which would give his team time to rotate through ice, ideally. We got somebody challenging it. This is Sab. Looking for 2. That nade chased him. Didn't quite get the kill. The bank should do it, though. Ooh, foul with the cleanup. He's here in blue. QT applied. Weaving it into the strafe. Man, there's some good bait movement right there, right? He still died just because he occupied his attention. Penguin got a kill from the hill. Penguin dies, though. Leaving Sab alone at A to make the push. Suppress as well in the window here.
Hill control.
Can they steal this away and get the kills at the same time? 4v3, right? Sab on the flank. Sab with the cleanup. There's 1. Foul from down low. Foul with 2 in front of him. Was afraid to open fire. He does secure 1. Penguin at the bridge. Shit's going down to the wire. Snipe coming up here too. You do not want to fumble. Whoever caps this, or I guess if Penguin caps it, they win, in my opinion. If they don't cap it, it's anyone's game. Sab here in mid-map. Oh my god, this is chaotic. They're going to get it. Drucken team just slaughtered them all.
Enemy team
And they tie it up.
Hill incoming.
19-year-olds have the test levels of 70-year-old men these days? Okay. Okay. Halo needs 2 games. Well, it needs a game that focuses on the campaign audience and a game that focuses on the multiplayer. Something like that, right? That's what they're already doing is they're splitting the franchise. Tons of times COD pros stand up. Yeah, COD pros do it all the time. COD has more trash talk than Halo for sure. Or it's just like more crass. There's more people like dropping F-bombs or whatnot. And then the big difference with COD though is it's an M-rated game. And I think people who are talking about like other popular esports like Valorant or Marvel Rivals or whatever, if that doesn't have the trash talk, it might just be because it's like a different scene. It's not a mature rated game, maybe? I don't know. Dude, I'm struggling now. What the hell? I was hitting the wrong keys. 10 seconds. It's going to be OT regardless. Kraken C split up. It looks like it, yeah. A lot of those teams, or not a lot, but like some of those sponsored teams were sort of like pickup rosters to begin with. Like Kraken with Envor on the team was sort of like a pickup team, you know, not so much a guaranteed roster. Had they continued to play well, you know, on Sunday, maybe there's a chance they would have stuck, but it looks like Yaxon's shopping around. He's playing with Drucken Soul Snipe now. I see, Zenith. You're saying there's actual, like, scientific evidence backing it. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Enemy team took the hill.
Literally just a sliver away from a cap. No way they saved this, right? They got numbers 4 and 2. Doing anything they can to get the foot in the hail. Foul Penguin with 2. That should be it. That's all 4, I believe. Yeah.
Victory.
Damn, bro. Every game has been competitive. You know, it's great that these two teams are closely contested, but then I wonder what happens when they play against everybody else. If they look the same or what. Penguin and team with the ice 4-6 is the scrim, Chad. Put all the guys with animal-themed gamer tags on the same team. If only, right? They should do it for the fans. Penguin, Snakebite, Piggy, and one more animal. What do we got? Oh. It was 10. We got another one. SR having the same run as Optic last year. Will the story repeat itself? What, you're talking about being dominant for like 1 year and then in the next year that all changes type thing, right? Like we've never seen one team extend dominance beyond 1 year of competition, right? The next year they don't look the same or like new teams form to contest them. I think the big difference with this year versus every other is there's just less talent available to put a God squad together, right? Though as time goes by, it seems like more people are considering getting back into Halo, and maybe we do have some high caliber teams. Last week it was more competitive than I think people expected it to be. But yeah, this is not exactly like the big ticket HCS circuit year that, you know, other years were in the past.
Beautiful shot.
At best, games were great. Yeah, the downtime sucked, but the content when the games were playing was high quality. Like it felt like a top tier LAN viewing experience, you know? But the downtime was brutal, bro. Absolutely brutal. Number 3 is Boo Boo. Number 2 is Druck. Number 1 is Soul Snipe. Meaning number 4 is Yaxon with the shock. And I just forgot everything I said. 1 is Soul Snipe, Yak is 4, Druck is 2. 3. Try Druck POV. He's alive right now. Got a Slayer on vacancy. This might be the last game in the Scrim chat. They have played 10 so far, at least. This would be game 11 or maybe 12 if I miss one. And they typically play about 12 games per Scrim. They did play some Slayers, though, so they are missing some objectives that they haven't touched on. I don't think they played Oddball Lattice. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Jackson actually on this team or just filling in? I don't know. I think he might be trying out. You wouldn't play a full Scrim with a team if you aren't seriously considering teaming with them, right? I don't think you would play through a full Scrim if you're not like trying to get something going. Ashot said Luminon are a stronger team than Optic. Okay, well, I don't know. That sounds a little trolly, I'm not gonna lie. Luminon are good. They're very good, but a stronger team than Optic, like Prime Optic as well. I don't know about that. They gotta prove that they are before we start using that dialogue. Any and all competitive arenas have trash talk? Yeah. Whether vulgar or playful, it's all the name of the game. I agree, Nifty. Yeah. And I think it's commonplace in sports as well, you know. It's tough with the internet. People don't know where to draw the line or where it's acceptable. I think the criticism was not even necessarily about the trash talk. It was also about like the fact that it was Shopify talking shit as if that was somehow a problem, you know, because they're the best team. People are discrediting the fact that Halo doesn't have an esports circuit, so they think there's like no pros playing the game, there's no competition, and that Shopify just have like an automatic route to success, which, you know, hopefully that dialogue continues to change as the season continues.
Perfect.
Why did Soul Snipe and Druck not go? I mean, they're far away. Like, Druck lives in Toronto. I don't know where Soul Snipe lives, but I imagine not nearby, right? So they didn't have a sponsor. Like, they would have to pay out of pocket to attend an event with a prize pool of 15 grand. Like, the practice was valuable for sure. I think anybody that attended got amazing practice. But imagine spending like $3,000 to get to an event that you don't make money at. It just might not be worth the investment for Druck and Soul Snipe at this point. You know? Never seen Cycle so vocal. Yeah, I think he was holding in, bro. I don't think he was even like yelling until they won. Won't that be the case every tournament? Why Scrim? Because if they get top 4, they get all their flight and everything paid for. If they make top 4 in the upcoming online qualifier, then they attend DreamHack and all they pay for is, I guess, their own food, you know? So it's a way more approachable opportunity for them to just place top 4 in the upcoming tournament. Even if they don't place top 4, I assume they would try to continue to find a sponsor or somebody who's willing to fund their travel over. There might be a chance, you know, you got Luminon representing Trippy's team. Kraken picked up Piggy and that other team as well. I'm not sure what kind of benefits came with that, but yeah, hopefully Piggy ends up somewhere good. So yeah, I would say there's no like hard confirmation that Yaxon is splitting from Piggy, but if you're going to take the time to practice with another team and considering the qualifiers coming up at the end of the week, you got to make a decision like now. So any team changes that they're workshopping, they got to figure out. Quick 3 dead right there. Tied the game off at 2:35 all. Soul Snipe last survivor here, making a flank. They'll probably place top 4. Yak is on the team. I mean, yeah, Yak and every team he's been a part of has found a way to get the top 4, right? They upset Druck's team twice in the online opens as well, right? And I think Yak's placements in the previous tournaments might actually help Druck and Soul Snipe on the seeding chart, right? Because I think the points that he got towards this qualifier might travel with him as an individual player, not just the team in its entirety, right? Like, Yaxon joining Druck and Soul Snipe might actually help with their seeding a little bit. I'm not sure. Oh, that corner play, bro. Stick him? Nice attempt. It was a good try at a Soul Snipe. Yaxon dead here too. Boo Boo dropped. And Druck dies. They all go down for a 42-39, down by 3. Yak hella underrated. I know, he's actually really good. It's just funny considering what he was saying in a Twitch chat the other day about there's no point in playing Halo, and now, you know, he's been the grinder. He's been at every event, upsetting people. Penguin Surprise coming out with 2 was big. That might be the end of the game.
Shock rifle available.
See if I still have kill feed here. I don't think I do. 47. 2 more to close it out. It's looking inevitable. Big 1v1, Druck. That should be game. Boo Boo's staying with Penguin? No, he's not. So Boo Boo was with Soul Snipe and Druck before that. He filled in for that tournament, right? And he had played so well that I thought maybe he'd be a good pickup. But the original plan was to have Sab on the team instead of Boo Boo. So they're running the scrim with Sab, and Boo Boo is still with Druck and Soul Snipe. I thought they were a team, though, when I saw this, right? Because these are the guys that are, like, online right now. I'm gonna wait for the watch to highlight. So far, it's going better for Penguins team with Sab, though, right? 7-4 is the scrim score. It's been kind of a tricky season for Druck and Soul Snipe so far. They don't have a sponsor. The teams that they've formed have not been doing exceptional, right? Like, they've kind of been lagging behind even Piggy and Yaxon in these online tournaments. So it's been a slow start for the year, I think, for Druck and Soul Snipe, despite how good I think we know they are, you know? They've kind of been like in a hard 4th, kind of 5th place behind the other pros. Always felt like Boo Boo with Druck and Soul Snipe is a weird ass fit. I think it's a fit that comes from Money 8's lobbies. They played a lot of Money 8's like with and against each other, right? So they ended up on like pickup teams and they have experience playing together. Vibes wise, yeah, I got no idea how they click, but there's definitely experience there. A lot of money matches. It's a good start for Soul Snipe. Good thing we picked his POV off the open. I'm gonna stick with him, but then we're gonna pivot over to Penguins team. We're doing one team at a time here.
Active camo available.
I'm curious to see if he can cook. Boo Boo slow compared. Yeah, his playstyle is definitely slower than like how you would think they'd want to play for sure. Shoot. Foul number 5. Sab number 6.
Stronghold out.
That sprint strafe? Damn. Held it wide there too. Penguin number 7. God, this is confusing. Changes every game. And that's the sniper, suppressed, number 8. He'll get denied though. Got the MM with Soul Snipe for some very easy games. Gave you the carry. What team is Lucid on? Lucid is playing COD right now. Casually. He's not on a team right now. There's a Lucid tournament, I think, this Friday. With the BR starts, by the way. He's been putting on tournaments with LVT in the meantime. It's a cool little community initiative. And they've been fun to watch. So tune in Friday. If you guys... You can also, I think, sign up. It's like, I believe, a $1,000 tournament with settings that were adjusted by Lucid himself. Too dead for his team here. I like that swerve, right? Picks up off the comms, G-slides, cuts any other fight out the picture, and guarantees his kill. He's solo here. Cutting the angle out from A plat, isolating big door, before cutting big door and isolating A plat, right? Just careful, safe movement until he can break out with his team. Camo coming up. Sab taking damage. They immediately bait and switch, but then Yaxon behind them, I think, a key door. Yep. Penguin turns to address it. Yaxon breaks them both down. This is Surprise coming in for the camo, though. Can he save it? He's got no nades. Should be a clean pickup. That's a good trade, regardless of whether or not he dies. Looks like he will. In the meantime, we got Sab flying at the hill to save B. 106 on the board already for Druck, Soul Snipe. And a map they probably play pretty well, considering the pace of play here.
Your team scored.
Chooses to play slow. Yeah, he's got like a more methodical play style for sure. But he looked good with Penguin last weekend, right?
S7 sniper available.
Sab on this team, though, makes it interesting, right? Like, not sure what to say about obviously and him not being on a roster where he's headed. But Sab with Penguin and team, like, does that elevate this roster to Luminant level? You know, and someone that can contest Shopify. Because I feel like they've been underperforming. Sab is consistently underrated. You know, that's been the dialogue. I think he's on a much better team. Like, everybody on this team is a shooter. With some good potential. What'd you miss? Scrim score behind my head. We got 2 slightly different rosters today. And you'll see them on the kill feed.
Enemy team
Ubu with
score.
Lucid. If Lucid comes back, would be interesting. Yeah, maybe, honestly. It's interesting because, you know, Trippy's seems to be doing so well right now. I'm kind of on board with the team that he has. You know, in this, like, for now until Lucid decides to come back.
Enemy halfway to victory.
So fun to see Optic gone and everything else spun on his head. Okay. I like that mentality.
Your team score.
I don't know if fun is the word I would use to say to see Optic gone, but it is nice to see, like, different teams and storylines maybe developing, right? Last weekend was exciting. Clean it from Penguin. They got a BC hold here. Coverage to tower. They're getting hit out hard, though. Suppress, not really involved, right? What I feel like he could have. Maybe help Penguin out a little bit. Like, I feel like Penguin thought he had his safety. And then just got deleted. Oh my god, that sucks. Spawns into a sticky. That was a pre-nade sticky for the camo player there. Who's just thinking he's going to cover small door by throwing a nade exactly where Penguin spawns. Since Legend and COD isn't working, will he come back? I don't know. That's what people are speculating.
Stronghold Charlie is ours.
Somebody in chat told me that Legend might play in the EU Challenger scene.
The enemy has captured Alpha.
Because if he goes back to Europe, he's definitely not going to want to play Halo. Just having Yak trade bottom mid, still holding BC though. This is looking good. Penguin in the back of B. They're going to coordinate on that. The whole left perimeter is open. And a full 3 dead. That's not good. There's one guy alive on the map right now. It is Sab. And he'll drop. Should be map control. Maybe even a trip cap opportunity here for Coliseum. He's already in the U scene. You sent the link earlier. So he's already back in Europe, huh? Wow. Cooked. Suppressed with some good cleanups. Access to tower. And they got numbers for sniper here. Could see Donnie with the snipe. If he goes to Europe, he isn't making it into the COD League, you think? I don't know. Comics, what do you think about Legend playing in European COD? It's better he plays in European COD than European Halo, though, bro. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what's he going to do?
Your team score.
How often do you see European players, or you do see some pros from Europe picked up on NA and Elite? Like, what about Hydra? Hydra was a pickup who found success in NA. Didn't start there. This is looking pretty good right now, right? QT control. They got their perimeter back. They are still at a 40-point deficit here. Wow, it looked like he had it lined up. His opponent ready for him. Kind of want to see him get aggressive with the QT, considering he has it, right? Kind of keeping it safe in the back of the map. Looks like it's paying off. That's 3 dead. One final survivor. Where is he, right? They got to find him. Out in Turbine. A, B, and C here, making sure they're sticking together, though, right? Fighting the same things together. Using the hill progress for awareness. Turns back and snaps him. Neptune has been an exception. Because yeah, hard to make it in the league from EU because of getting back into the country. It takes time for that. COD is very unforgivable for the players in the league. Okay, that sucks, man. I don't know what to say. Is like Legend's good enough in Halo? Do you think he would justify getting housed in North America under the banner of SSG or FaZe or something like that on Halo? Even though Halo is like, there's like no scene for him. or much more limited opportunity.
Stronghold Bravo lost.
Like in Halo, he's sought after as a top talent. Good G slide. Surprise here for a cleanup. We'll see if he gets hit. He's getting scrappy. No way. Okay. Should have BC again. Sad pushing out. Nice for him. He'll come back off that call out.
Your team's scoring.
Damn.
Simple approach. A fine kill.
I don't think Surprise has died this entire time, right? Am I going crazy? Or no, we came back to him afterwards.
Nearing victory.
Trip cap, they're running out of time to make an impact here. Fucking team. Just falling apart. Good peaks. A lot of valuable damage. On board with Penguin, who's also across the map. It's hard to find the right player, right? This is Sab looking for a cleanup. They'll get it either way. Late game Halo, Team Penguin are just icier. Will get Shyway Halo casting with the in-game viewer? I should get observer privileges. That would be nice. Yeah, I agree. That's okay, man. This is a kind of an incognito scrim, right? It's tough. I have like one hand raised over the keyboard. Like, I'm not moving my hand. I have like I have the 4 numbers that I need to hit. And then I'm just like stuck like, Because if I don't do that, then I have to keep looking down between swaps. And then we're, navigating kill feed and whatnot too. Think we still have a lattice ball we got to play out? Oh, you mean it like at lands? Yeah, that's a little bit more complicated.
Slayer.
All the more credit to him and Legend. Grind is hard, if not harder. The fact that Nep went to Halo for 2 weeks and then back to COD, made it back in the league is insane. Yeah. He was just that good. ABG straightened who up? Seems like this year Halo is going to be better than what people were saying a couple months ago. It feels like we got a little bit of positive momentum for sure, bro. Just got to be consistent, Regardless of what's happening, I'm going to try to give you guys some sort of a feed. There is a scene here. There are people who, are dedicated and want to keep tabs on what's going down. Did you miss an announcement of Lucid being on a team? No. Where did you think that came from? There's no Lucid in the lobby, or... Yeah, we haven't talked about him. On his Twitter with Snakebite? Did Lucid announce being on a team with Snakebite? Or are you trolling me? You're trolling me for sure, Viltraman, aren't you?
Double kill.
This man's trolling, isn't he? What about PJ? You playing yet? As far as I'm aware, no. Yeah, I knew it. It's too good to be true, bro. Too good to be true. Not the first time you done me like that. It's a brawl off the open. A good little double execution for Soul Snipe and Snipe Collection. That's convenient. Hoping for Red Elbow. I think you might be right. Ryan Dupe, nope, not playing. No new players are in Halo yet. People are talking about Collect, maybe thinking about it. But outside of that, I have not heard anything about any new players. There's just like a reorganization of the talent already in the scene on these teams in this scrim, right? So like Yaxon's playing in this scrim on a different team than he was last week. And we have Sab on Penguin's team. We're on board with Soul Snipe and Roster here. Yaxon's on this team too. Yeah, Yaxon here. Exactly, Husky. That's the intel for today. For the day. Or at least that was the intel I had in mind. This is the action POV. Just got dropped by suppressed. Soul Snipe number 3 with the cleanup. Boo Boo number 2. Meaning Druck is number 1 now.
41 Spanker available.
Pride of Sparty would be exciting. They seem to have had their best performances together.
Halfway to
But
victory.
hard to imagine them getting back together again. Sort of later in their careers now.
Sniper inbound.
Truck with defense over Snipe. I think he hit a little sprint slide in the middle of that gunfight. Didn't save him. Boo Boo in his own war on the right side of the map here. It's up to Yaxin to defend the sniper. And until we switch, I can't really see it. He gets denied. Boo Boo here with the rockets. Nicely done. Almost kills himself. Truck back to the snipe. It was his all along. Let's see what he can do. Losing Snake by Bounded Legend. Imagine. There's a face. Looking for 2, not quite. 3 dead. They're 4th in maze. They found them. That's a good team wipe, right? Opens up the map for spawn control. Spawns in blue. Soul Snipe pinching might flip the spawns, at least of some of them. Somebody keep in mind. I think he did split 2 players behind. Truck here. Keep that. Yeah, I gotta be wary. That's why I kind of like Druck's positioning, though. Nicely done. Finds 2. He's tucked into the wall behind the BR, so if somebody does come up the window, he can hear it. Or if they go up the Rocket Street, they can't see him right away. He still has a peek opportunity. He's in an actual, like a very safe location. Damn. With this, has a 1 bullet from death. Doesn't care. Comes out with a trade. 10 kill advantage. Looking like a guaranteed dub. They're really playing through all the Slayers, right? So just another indication that they're seriously considering running these rosters if they're playing a full scrim with the Slayers, right? Getting as much sort of practice as they can together. What happened to SSG? No, they still plan to contribute there or like have a team in Halo, just not until after DreamHack. Unit, the org owner, jumped into a Reddit post and said that, I don't know, like he said that they still plan to field the team after DreamHack. I think maybe they just didn't feel that there was enough of a opportunity or like return on investment to warrant sponsoring a team until the second half of the year. Bit of a shame. As far as I'm aware, FaZe and Kaysan are looking to sponsor a team before DreamHack. So we should at least have a FaZe announcement in the near future. We're still waiting on that. Who's the new roster? We've got Yaxin on Druck and Soul Snipe's team in place of Sab, and Sab has moved over to Penguin's team. Boo Boo is stuck with Druck and Soul Snipe. And then obviously, I'm not sure where he's gone. But I guess the biggest addition to this team, or newest, would be Yaxin. Yaxin teamed with Piggy last weekend. He teamed with Envor.
Victory.
And he's on a different roster. They come out and they win that game too, 50-38. There's a good confident dub. Why is Mog not practicing? They could be. I don't know. I tried to reach out to Sirion about that. That's what we should have asked him when he jumped into our chat, is why don't you guys have a scrim? I was more concerned about whether or not there was a team change. I didn't think to ask him about the scrim. Should be 8-5. I'm hoping I got that right. They don't really have room to take days off. Yeah, they could have been scrimming over the weekend. Let me try Halo Data Hive, see if there's any. If Data Hive is even tracking it, I don't know.
King of the Hill.
Coliseum Penguins team is 8-5. Yep.
Claiming it is easy. Keeping it, on the other hand.
I don't see anything from Mog. At least not on Halo Data Hive, not yet. Foul POV, we're deep in this Scrim, bro. Game 14 at this point. There's got to be, what, like one, maximum 2 more games? Come on. Penguin with a sniper, too. Can we see it? It's probably number 8. Number 7, surprise, surprise. Trying to finesse the camera. He won't get it. Penguin from behind. Yep. Snipe control. That's 1. At least they control that, right? Hill and a wide perimeter. Foul does die, though. Penguin lining up body shots. That nade should do the trick. That back down was sick. Ooh, you can tell Drugsman in that scenario so many times that he knows to back away from the bank nade on the screen. But even then, he's got limited options. He backed up and I think hit a G-slide in the box behind it, too. Is that black ice armor coating? I'm not sure if it's the... I don't know. I don't know enough about it. What did Sirion say? Stepped away? He said that he hasn't been informed on any sort of team change with the roster. As far as he's aware. Basically, I guess sort of shutting down the collect rumor. But, you know, once again, we got to just kind of wait and see.
Hill controlled.
What pro am I closest with? Who can I hit up to run duos if I wanted to? I don't know if I'm, like, super close to any specific pro, to be honest, Halo. I feel like if I hit up Descended, he'd be down to play some Halo. Maybe Syria would be down. I've never actually played with him, though. In the past, you know, years ago, I feel like I could have probably reached out to just about any pro. Druck, actually. I think Druck would be the best option if I wanted the game. Or I have more time hanging out with Druck than any other pro. Just because of coaching. He would coach me.
Your team about to
Anyone I've worked with in coaching, you know, like Suspector. I don't know if you can call him an active pro, but I worked with him before.
I like it.
But close, I don't know if I'd say close.
Active camo inbound.
But yeah, back when I was a commentator, I was definitely in a better position where I think, even though I didn't have like a standing relationship with any of the pros, I could have probably just asked if they'd be down to play, and they might have been down.
incoming.
Thank you for the update, Courtney. New rosters, thanks to Courtney, we got them on the chat.
The hill.
There you go. Trying to hit a ledge there? He did clip it, right? You heard his feet like clip a ledge there. Didn't actually get to jump off. Still got QT. Sticky, and he's out. Nicely done.
Cling to our enemies.
Sab with the pickup here, too. It's a numbers advantage for the second hill. Look at Deadly. Penguin with snipe in the meantime for tower. They got the optimal setup here. This is pretty effective start. Team Penguin. Who would have the lowest chance of saying yes? I don't know. I don't want to call out anybody and say they would have the lowest chance of playing with me. I don't know. Probably like, maybe like Lethal. Like he seems hard to get a hold of. Nobody knows what he's up to. I don't know. He's like, Shy, who hates you the most? I'm just going to go with who seems most unavailable in the scene. Formal? I played Halo with Formal last year. There was a point where I felt like, you know, I could definitely ask Formal to play some Halo and he would have been down.
Translocator inbound.
But that's more credit to Blondie, if anything, right? Blondie is supportive, and she sort of created a bridge where I could, like, get to know Formal a little bit, you know? Which is dope.
Translocator just dropped.
I'm generally not great at, like, taking initiative, and, someone who's really good at that is Kason, I think. I think Kason's really good at, like, building positive relationships with the pro scene of, like, either Halo or COD. But he also has, like, a platform and a financial backing and, like, things like that, you know, incentives to go with it that, like, make him approachable to work with. But I think Kason's, like, pretty good at just networking himself, you know? Who hates me? I don't think anybody hates me. I hope not. I don't know about that, baby. Bond over Halo in the gym? If only.
Active camo inbound. Down. And not getting up.
I think one tricky thing about what I do is, like,
Active camo available.
we, like, talk a lot about developments in the pro scene. Like, on one hand, I feel like people might appreciate the fact that we're, like, kind of reporting on everything that's going on in the scene. I just don't know if everybody thinks the same way, you know? Like, I might be a nuisance to some of these guys a little bit. Like, watching their scrims when nobody's live, you know? I don't really think they care, but... You know? Maybe they'd rather be incognito.
A simple approach, a fine kill.
Looking like a pretty easy breezy game for Team Penguin, right? Suppress is the one with the camo?
Power items inbound.
A long way to improve. Yeah, good love. Nasty. Old drive-by. Doesn't commit to any angle either. Foul here to support him.
Your team about to
Trying to get opportunities to save this, right? It's not just going to be a 3-0. There's only 2 minutes on the clock. Very hard to make a comeback. Stealing the snipe away here, too. Suppressed with the pickup off Boo Boo. They're definitely running a... Oh, I can't say that. They got momentum.
Your team scored. Kill incoming.
I think Legion will stick together. Yeah, I think they will, yeah. Maybe. Or they'd, like, add... I think the Uzi duo will stick together. Or they add, like, one... They might swap one player out, you know? Convince Halo players just hate money. You're already playing a dead game, no salary. Why not just stream and get easy viewers? I mean, you see a lot of pro players... Like, a lot of the pro streams that exist, like, do you think they really make much money from their stream? When they play? And then when they do play, do you think that they play their best Halo? That's the tricky balancing act, is, like... Some pro players will stream and they got like 20 to 40 viewers. Like, if they're not super dedicated with that, it's hard to establish like a steady stream of income. They sort of just go live, don't really get much financial support for being live, and then maybe don't even play their best Halo because being live has like latency concern. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that can take away from your ability to focus or play your best when you're on a live stream. Your PC might not run the game as well. You know, it's like all the... Anyway. So you're sort of taking a gamble on your ability, and your feed is available to the public. So if anybody wants to watch you play and you're not like all that, you know, like if you're a pro, you can kind of like hide how good you are, I guess, if you're not actively streaming. But like not everybody is playing like Last Shot, let's say, right? Like Last Shot is like so undeniably nasty that, you know, he's incentivized to continue doing what he's doing. Anybody else has to compare themselves to Last Shot with their skill. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just, you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of layers that like might take away from it being worthwhile for them. It's more difficult than people think it is, yeah. If you're not like actively interacting with chat and trying to also be an entertainer, good luck establishing like an audience that will actually like give you dedicated support. You might get like a couple bucks thrown at you here and there, but like if you want like a genuine audience of people like Last Shot, let's say, you got to be really dedicated.
Victory.
It's a pure lockdown, bro. 3-0 and then play the time. Who was wearing C9? C9 could still potentially pick up a team. I just don't think it'll happen right away. And I don't even know what sort of incentive, like what could they offer a pro team right now? C9 in CDL aren't exactly offering a lot, as far as I'm aware. Sirion was what? Repping C9? He was wearing C9? Interesting. Bro, yeah, you never know with the pro players in the scene, right? Like, what the hell's going on? FaZe, or Collect repping FaZe, Sirion repping C9. It's not like Sirion's going to get an immediate jump onto... Like, he's not teaming with Penguin, and... Because, like, half that team is... Or you got Sab, who was from C9. You got Boo Boo, who's from C9, teaming with Druck and Soulsnime. It could be like Sirion and Obviously as a duo together. Because Obviously got dropped recently, too, but I don't know. Sirion drop confirmed? Where's it confirmed? By Frosty? How did he confirm it? Can you clip it? Clip it and send me the link, and I'll watch it. did have Sirion in the chat. He said he wasn't informed, but maybe he's like finding out now. I don't know. That could, by the way, be the end of the scrim. I don't know if they played oddball lattice, though. I think that might be one they missed. 9 to 5, I believe, is the score, chat. Let me actually go Halo data. I have. Rumor says that Collect could be playing Halo instead of Sirion on FaZe. We do have a game.
Slayer.
Yo, somebody actually clip what Frosty said and then let me watch that. Not gonna go out here confirming anything. Verb blames Bound. Yeah, I saw Verb talk about it. But is that where Frosty got his intel from Verb? You gotta take that with a grain of salt, too.
Let's be the best little slayer we can be.
More with Soul Snipe off the open here. Jackson off the drop down here looking to contribute to camo. It is a clusterfuck. Love to see Legend back in Halo. Yeah, I know. We've been talking about it. And rinsed with a 5 off spawn. Trying to pick up the pieces. Good back down right there from Sab. Out the fight he goes. Teammate replaces him in pipes. They're under a lot of pressure off the open here. Surprised they dropped it so soon. Yeah, I mean, there's always this pressure to make changes if there isn't immediate success in esports. They did underperform and get beat by Legion, but then they scrimmed them days later and looked way more dominant in scrims. I don't know if they had some sort of scrim over the weekend or something. Like, we didn't get a chance to cover them, right? I don't know what they're thinking. I don't see him not staying in Halo. Even if he doesn't end up on FaZe, I think he's, like he said in the chat, like he's still going to be okay. You know, like I think the fact that he almost ended up on the team in general is an indication that, you know, people are noticing him. He'll have opportunities. But yeah, if anything, if he doesn't end up on the team, I hope he uses it as motivation to prove us wrong, right? Or prove that team wrong, at least. Bound in his power moves. Yeah, you think it's happening behind the scenes, maybe. Who knows? Story ain't over. He's still a young gun. Still a young gun. The kind of unexpected development, though, to see Collect jumping back into Halo. Trying to figure out where we put the kill feed. K's nasty. You think he could be good enough to replace Legend's role in the team? That's my question. Some big shoes to fill. Didn't look to be the weakest link by any metric. We don't know if he's back, Timmy. I'm just Dav said that Frosty confirmed it. Everything's up in the freaking air. I was looking for a clip, like a Twitch clip from Frosty. But everybody just loves to make noise without any... And I mean, it's no substance. Everybody just throwing accusations. Seeing Gunny stream roleplay GTA upset you? Why did it upset you? I'm pretty sure Gunny streams a lot of GTA. He plays COD a little bit too. Without orgs and contracts, the incentive to drop and make a... Yeah, exactly. Without org to rely on, you're going to see a lot more swapping. Just like we're seeing in this scrim, right?
Halfway to victory.
How you doing, Timmy? Welcome in. Looks like the weakest link. He definitely wasn't the heaviest hitter as a Slayer, for sure. He had moments, though. He did have games where he was pulling off top Slay numbers, but we'd have to go back at the statistics in the Scrim and see, like, what kind of damage is he dealing? Just, like, holistically, what kind of work is he doing for the team? I don't know. Didn't seem like he was causing them problems, but they were underperforming as a team. Sammy, Legend is already in Europe, apparently. So I'm hearing. I'm hearing Legend is playing Challengers COD in Europe. So not sure what his association is with Surge anymore. He's a mini bound, but isn't Collect kind of that too, though? Or am I crazy? Like, they're sort of similar, at least in my mind, in terms of how they approach the game. I get the vibe that Collect is going to occupy a role similar to Bound. Yep. Is he just like a little bit icier? Like, I don't know. He does have more LAN experience, and he has more like proof of his ability, having achieved higher placements on teams, but he's also like jumped around a lot of different rosters and had trouble sticking from like a chemistry standpoint. I think maybe I don't know, right? Like, he's been on a lot of different teams, but he's been seen as a top talent throughout his career, or else he wouldn't have gotten the opportunities, right? Trying to make something happen on the back down here. Soul Sniper Druck hitting this out hard. Just a 1-kill game. Foul with a back smack somehow on the feed. Shock is up here too. It's gonna be up to Yaxon to get the cleanup. Make it 2. They tied it up. Shock available here. I kind of like how Druck and team are positioned. No, get out, get out. 5'd on the way out, checking down low, right? Not like caught off by foul with the push. And they crumble, bro. The whole team just fell apart collectively. Boo Boo left alone. He's dead as their 4th. Not a single trade. Druck spawning in near Shock. Can't safely get to it. Damn. If they pick up Shock and go crazy, maybe there's a chance, but hold on a sec. Boo Boo won, right? They got numbers. Can they capitalize on their advantage here? Either pull the weapons or... Yeah, they're respecting them, right? They know they can't afford any trades. Their opponents are making corner plays inside tower and long haul. It's an info game now. It's just Yaxon POV. Soul Sniper gonna try his attempt at that damage. Yeah, you put somebody to one shot. Soul Sniper down below looking for an access. Druck dies first. That's not good. Boo Boo trades it 3v3, 48 now. Camo coming up. Soul Sniper in a war bottom mid. He might get finessed. Dies at 49 and 50. A nade cleans up Yaxon. He trades it, but it doesn't matter. 50-45. Damn. Legend said that Surge was not paying him on Reddit. Not sure what their connection is either, but you can ask Legend himself. He's very transparent. Yeah, obviously Pinky could potentially link up. Not sure if that's something they want to do. 10-5. Penguins team pulling away in this scrim. It's good for them. It's looking like they got the better of the trade. Who are the teams that have sponsors locked in? I guess Luminon, Trippy's team, and then Shopify. And outside of that, I think everything's up in the air. Because even Team Penguin, like, they were known as Reality Check, but they're not repping, I don't think, Reality Check anymore. And then Kraken just picked up Yaxon, Piggy, Envor, I think, for the weekend. And that was it. So yeah, we do have Oddball Lattice. This might be the last game. Who's confirmed the tallest Halo Pro? If we consider Little Gators Halo Pro, I guess he would be the tallest. At 6'8", right? He wins in that category. I think Suppressed is 6'8" or 6'9" or something. He's very tall as well. Suppressed is very tall. But he's not an active pro. I'm not sure if I can consider him a pro player. More of an AM, you know? Or sorry, not Suppressed. Stress. I meant to say Stress. Did I say Suppressed? I meant to say Stress. Ew, this map, I know. Hate it here. Now, as far as Forge maps go, Timmy, I feel like yours is one of my more appreciated ones. R2. R2 is actually 6'1", so that makes him one of the taller pros, but not the tallest. He confirmed it on during an interview last weekend. Press and Stress. Let's talk about Stress. Timmy Cook with this map, yeah. I think it's good, man. It's like, it's visually, like, not ugly. Not as ugly as I feel like Vacancy is. While being, like, feeling fresh layout-wise. It's, like, got a more complicated layout than some of the more recent maps we've seen. Which makes it feel like a deeper map to understand and play. Like, but it is still very open with a lot of, like, complementary crossing sightlines. It's a solid map. I like it. Need to update the spawns. The spawns are difficult to get a grip on just because of the way the map is designed. But they are readable. Like, they can be weird for sure. But you see Shopify play this map and they create, like, frame-perfect spawn traps on a regular basis, which kind of tells you they know there's a science to it, you know? There's just, like, sections of the perimeter that you can't spawn in that you need to keep in mind. The map will prioritize other locations because there's no spawns there. Even pulling 300 viewers? Who? Stress has been doing well? Oh, yeah, I mean, I hope he's doing well. Like, keep in mind, those, when they do those streams with the drops, like, how does that work exactly? You know what I mean? Like, is that, like, organic? Because, like, when I look at the chat interaction, it doesn't feel like the chat interaction of a 300 viewer broadcast, you know? Maybe you'll no problem, man. It's good to be here, bro.
We have the ball. Ball drop.
Like, I'll see some of those grassroots, like, Playdate streams, and they have, like, hundreds of viewers, but are they getting the chat interaction of the viewers that they have, or is it, like, is it boosted due to drops or something else? I don't know. Not to, like, discredit their viewership. What's growing on you, Skooma? Oh, Lattice, yeah.
Enemy has the ball. Ball drop.
Visually not ugly. Some deeper things to understand is your review from your last two X's. That's fucking funny. It's not too bad, right?
Ball drop.
At least your X's don't, like, hate you or something, you know? Could be worse.
Enemy has the ball.
See, we lost the kill feed. Love this. Love this. There it is. Foul number 6 in the lobby.
Ball drop.
Self-inflated viewership. Not much you can do with such views. Yeah. I don't know.
Dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Anything to, like, bring viewership to the platform, I guess, is nice. But yeah, I wonder, like,
Double kill.
where, like, what is that community exactly? Is that part of the Halo? Like, I don't know where it's coming from, right?
We have the ball.
There's a community of people that don't frequent anything like to do with the esports scene and just tune in for these playdates streams. I don't know.
We must acquire the quantum
But cool, though. When did the world get so soft? Hey, Raphael, now you're in the chat, huh? Make it known. Yeah, we discussed it already. Snuggles.
We have
I mean, for the record, this is a pretty big map, bro. I don't know, like... You know what? It's not so much about the size as much as it is about all the objects in the play space. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of intricacy here. It's not just a straightforward large or small.
We have the ball.
It's huge. It's a pretty big map, bro.
Ball dropped.
Not even to play into a joke. Oh! Cooking now. Trying to play some defense over the ball here.
Ball dropped.
Like, if you want to see a small map, look at Vacancy, bro. That map feels hella small.
Enemy has the ball.
What's funny is it might not even be that much smaller. It just feels smaller, you know? Like, some maps just feel fucking tiny. This is sounding kind of wrong. How do they break this, right? Just trying to finesse at the center map. It's got the shields. Big 1v1 here. Somehow doesn't get a trade. Yaxon's the one who forced it, too. Doesn't get a beatdown.
Ball dropped.
Does Aqua feel small? Kinda, yeah. This is a smaller map.
You make those bullets sting, Spark.
SR are absolutely still a squad, yeah. No incentive to change. They've won everything this year.
Takedown. I'll run you down.
Like Vacancy, but it feels a bit incomplete. Yeah, maybe.
Hell of a job, Spartan.
We have the ball.
SR's got no reason to not just, you know, sweep the top of the, you know, of every tournament this year.
Ball dropped.
Take the skull and be victorious.
Ball dropped.
I mean, Bound's team was Eco, Stellar, him, and Sirion, but chat is telling me I'm wrong, and there's new intel
Searing metal.
that maybe Collect is joining. So, I don't know. We're going to wait and see that Collect might be on phase in place of Sirion, or it's just, you know, just content. Just people just making up things. I don't know. Mid? Eco, Stellar, Bound, and Collect? Mid? Alright. Alright, bro. They should just put you on the team. Collect ain't the one to push him over the edge. Well, who is then?
Enemy has the ball.
Who is? Is Legend or Bust? Final 10 seconds on this, and they won't be able to hit it out. Man gets kept one shot and called out. Strong round here.
Round lost.
Collect, get burn in COD? They get an opportunity? That's what I was thinking. Stellar, Eco, Bound, and Ryan, dude. It's Barcode? Maybe. Barcode just said on his stream that he won't be competing, so there's no opportunity. Or something like that. It's on Reddit. What do we think of Sab on Penguins team? Is this team, like, final now? They're up 10-5 for Struck and Soul Snipe. He just pivoted off of this team. But Sab being on this team might elevate them.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Maybe they can contest Luminon at the very least. Too much shrinkage on some match or just can't seem to get it up, bro. Now you're just being wrong. We've got a command for that. Boo Boo looked good last weekend, yeah.
Ball reset.
Don't think Eco is what he once was. Well, good thing Eco isn't even Eco anymore. He's unlegit now. So I don't know what you're talking about. Unlegit's nasty. Eco might be kind of washed, but unlegit,
Enemy has
that
the
guy's
ball.
different.
Ball dropped.
Can a top 10 pro still live just to play? Wait, pro play? I can't even. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Can a top 10 Halo pro make a living in Halo this year? Not many of them. 4 of the top 10 are all making a living. Shopify, right? And then somebody like Trippy,
Their heart.
We
you
have
know,
the ball.
through whatever sponsorship, plus if he's even making money in a sponsor, I don't know.
Almost here.
He streams and might have other investments and whatnot. You know, some pro players might have the money that they've already earned from tournaments in the past, like tied up in certain investments that allow them to make more, or
Ball dropped.
you know, where they feel it's worthwhile to hold out for a year during this time period so that they stay in the mix when the next Halo game comes out and they get more money when that happens. Like, you got to think somebody like Trippy made really good money first couple of years in Infinite, enough to, if he's like saving it,
Enemy has the ball.
be living comfortably, at least for now. Rainy days check.
You are a portrait of accuracy.
Just got the D5. Let's go, Clinton. Good to hear. Grinding. Some people are still grinding. That's good to see. It's not dead.
Lost the lead.
Sab a little confused. Almost won the fight. Looked like he got 3 hit markers. Suppressed looking for the cleanup. What is happening right now? He does get it, but he'll get rinsed. Unless Foul saves the day. Foul's here. Maybe could have grabbed the ball on the way here, looking for kills first. Good listen. And he denied too. Suppressed. Tried to shoot the nade on the way down. Nice. Foul finds it. We got a ball set up here for Penguin and team. I'm legit been holding his own, man.
Gained the lead.
Sab should have that pickup. Yep, good denial. The team play keeps him away at blue. Comfortable opportunity for ball time, and the sniper available here too. You want to make sure nobody grabs it. Sab from down low, looking for an access point. I think he's number 5. We'll see. He's gonna die. He's gonna die bottom mid. They overwhelm him. Good cleanup. 3v3. This corner is pesky. They might not check it, and they don't. What a corner, right? Like, I see it used often, but if you can just find the right timing, that shit is powerful. It cuts out bottom mid completely. And anybody coming from up top really has to, like, check carefully to see you.
Ball dropped. We have the ball.
Probably dead to rights here. Penguin gonna drop the snipe. It'll be collected by a member of Coliseum.
On the field.
Ball dropped.
So Sab watching over Foul, keeping the ball fadeable. Who's LG? Like Legion or Luminon? Luminon? Luminon hasn't made a change. They're not going to change.
Enemy has the ball.
There's no good reason to make a change.
Ball dropped. Ball out of bounds. Incoming.
My God, finesse. Not quite the fight he was looking for, but the team picks it up. Penguin with snipe. Lines up the last shot. I think it's Sab who's watching from bottom mid, where you're on board with flying Falcated instead. My God. Fluminense had to drop 1 player for Lucid. Who would it be? Oh, my God. Sab. I don't know, honestly. Like, initially, the team was supposed to be him instead of Talik, right? But I feel like Talik has been frying, bro. Like, I wouldn't want to drop Talik for Lucid. I don't know. I don't know. Like, not to, like...
Ball dropped.
Because I feel like any player that I suggest is going to make it sound like they're the weakest link. You know, which I... hesitant to say. Talik is pretty valuable.
Ball dropped.
I don't even know if Lucid being on the team would be a net positive.
Ball dropped.
Do you think? Like, would the team benefit from making a swap to Lucid in the state that they're currently in? Like, I think just build your confidence and keep doing what they're doing. Now, if they play in DreamHack and they, like, flunk out and it doesn't look good, or they lose their consistency, Druck with it over. Would have been nice to see. We missed it. Yeah, like, I guess I'm sort of leaning Descendant. Maybe because, like, while Descendant has insane firepower, he might be, like, a little bit more, like, inconsistent in performance in comparison to
Ball reset.
his teammates. And he's also, like, less experienced. If you look at the team, or at least, I guess, maybe Precision has the least time in Halo, but Precision's, like,
Enemy has the ball.
his gameplay is so undeniable. It'd be crazy to see him dropped, right? Then Talik has a ton of experience as a pro. But again, I still think making any change to the team probably would hurt it more than it would help it. I don't think Lucid, because like Lucid would fundamentally like change the fabric of the, like then he would I guess become IGL when he jumps in. Lucid, like the team would change,
Ball dropped.
and that may hurt or help them. I don't know.
Seconds remaining. Ball dropped.
Like I'm starting to like this trippy IGL kind of setup that he's been on. You know, I like Trippy Lucid as a duo, but I think that Trippy's been doing really good work on his own to the point where you want to see how far this team can go. In-game leader. Like, I think Lucid is a leadership voice when Trippy's teaming with him. Understandably, because, you know, Lucid's great at the game, he's knowledgeable, and Trippy's, you know, gonna occupy more of a support role, I think, in response. But
Round one.
Trippy's been sort of like the main vet on his new team, and it feels like everybody's kind of working around the way he wants to play, and I don't know, they've been looking good together.
Ball incoming.
It's almost over. Let him have it.
I think Lucid leads Trippy more than Trippy needs Lucid. Ooh. Tell that to year one, Lucid. Haven't reached their ceiling yet. Yeah, it's like, why rip Luminon apart right now when they look like the only team that can contest Shopify? When, you know, it'd be nice to see a new team form with Lucid at the helm or something, right? Like, I like what's cooking here. Let's just keep them together is I think my mindset. Until I start to see inconsistency, then sure, jump Lucid, like throw him in the mix. Or form a new team with like Lucid, Snakebite, and some Young Guns or something like that. Or like let Lucid build his own team or something. You know, I don't even know.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Surprise cooking here.
Double kill.
Got a tied round of ball here. Tied game of ball. What might very well be the last game in the scrim, by the way. Sorta, what's up, man? Watching my gameplay? Well, ranking up on Jerkmate. Not kidding. Holy fuck, bro. Banned? 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 Courtney! Ban this kid. That's the first thing in the chat? No way, bro.
Ball dropped.
Not a joke, by the way, he says.
Action.
Enemy has the ball.
Thank you. That's the first thing you drop in the chat, bro. Come on. Like, what do you expect? What do you expect? I can't even entertain it.
Ball dropped.
That's just stupid. You're just, I don't
Enemy
know.
has the
That's not the way. This is not the way.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Oh my god, Boo Boo cooked.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
I'm not even playing the game too, so that's how I know he's like, he had that thing cooked up. Like, without even, you know what I mean? He probably just drops in like anybody's chat.
Ball dropped. Enemy halfway.
Chat reads
to
everything out loud.
victory. Enemy has the
Yep.
ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Oh, nice attempt. That would have been nasty. We read it out loud, then we apologize later, you know? Generally, my, for better or worse, it's been the way I've ran things for a while.
Ball dropped. Ball out of bounds.
Good. Now, clean our prize.
Yeah, Clinton, all good. He's banned.
Incoming.
What the?
We have the ball.
What was that? What was that? Okay, well, he's dead. A lot of ball time. A drunken team have accumulated here. Found it funny, but you're diffy? Yeah, no, but even if it was like actually a joke, it was stupid. You know, so I'm not even gonna entertain it.
That's it. Sniper inbound.
Not as the first chat.
We have the ball. Ball dropped.
S7 sniper.
I don't even. I'm not gonna repeat it. Here, Nexon is rebooting classic MapleStory. Not sure on specific release date. Is MapleStory even like when you say rebooting classic MapleStory? Like, can you not still play classic MapleStory? Or they're like doing something special with it? I don't think I'm gonna play. I'll be honest. I haven't touched that game since I was like, you know, a teenager. I also got it out of my system. When I got into private servers, like when I was 18 or 19 or something, I started playing through the whole game on a private server, and you just get all of the rank, like the, you rank up, you can like stack classes and be like a warrior and assassin at the same time and a mage or whatever.
Ball dropped.
And you get all of the Nexon cash items like all together. So I got it like I just had full free reign on what I wanted and then got it out my system and the game became boring, you know?
We have the ball.
Quantum translocator just dropped.
Ball dropped.
If you missed Maple Story as a kid, I'm sorry for you. It was fun as a kid. I had fun with it. The rebirth system. Yeah, it was dope. It's like a lot of fun for the short period of time that I grinded it. But then once you have everything at your fingertips, the game sort of like, you know, loses its intrigue. The addictive quality that had you grinding for hours and hours and hours goes away, which is nice. Talk about jerk chicken and gentle mace. There you go. It's a good combo, by the way. Watching COD, eating chicken. What would my team for Lucid be?
Ball dropped.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Dropped.
Because, like, without, like, blowing up a bunch of different teams, I'm not sure what you could put together. Chat, give me some ideas. What would be your team for Lucid? Not including Trippy. Like, make a team for Lucid that doesn't include Trippy. Like, the only thing I'm thinking is, like, maybe Penguin? He gets back together with Penguin or something? Actually making the full comeback here.
Ball dropped.
Lucid Renegade?
Ball dropped.
Can you imagine Lucid Renegade teaming together with the personalities and whatnot? Who has the kill feed, bro? Lucid Collect Penguin Snakebite. Lucid Snakebite Penguin
We have the ball.
Sirion.
Ball dropped.
Penguin and like a Lucid Snakebite Penguin and like some young phenom. Maybe. You go Lucid Snakebite and 2 young guns. How about that?
Pulsar acquired.
I can see Lucid
Ball
Snakebite.
dropped. We have the ball. Gain the lead.
Dude, I got no kill feed. It's tripping me out. There we go.
Enemy has the ball.
Lucid Bound Collect. I just don't see those guys playing together. I don't see them playing together.
Enemy team.
When have
nearing
you ever
victory.
seen Lucid Bound and Collect in like a vibey matchmaking lobby?
Enemy has
Ever.
the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Just hard to imagine that.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Only time Lucid Renegade played Halo was like on the same. When did they play on the same team? They played a 1v1 against each other. That was like a big
We have the ball.
early World or Halo Championship like main stage thing. I see Bound and Collect playing together. Yeah, obviously. Oh my god, that was cheeky as hell. Boo Boo literally just sitting bottom mid waiting for that. They might win the game off that final 5 seconds. Diving in with a couple nades here. Jackson cutting the angle, takes no damage. And Team Druck will take the, I believe, final game in the scrim. They played at least like 16, bro. 10-6 is what I'm thinking the score is. For my my low energy scrim watch today. My bad, guys. Lucid Trippy Penguin Formal. Lucid Uzi Zuzi Onboard. No. Lucid Snakebite Uzi Zuzi. Ooh, imagine. Lucid Boo Boo Shyway Bestman. That's the team right there. That's the team. Lucid Boo Boo? Maybe Lucid Boo Boo. No one wants Lucid telling them what to do. Oh my god. Lucid Shyway Mimplets Gators. That's the roster right there. That's it. That's the team. I'm taking that to Worlds 2028. Bound Stellar Descendant Collect. Happy Tuesday, Epic. What I missed? We got Yaxin teaming with Boo Boo, Soul Snipe, and Druck, and we had Sab with Penguin, Suppressed, and Falcated. And there are rumors that Collect will be joining FaZe in place of Sirion, but none of that's confirmed. As far as the scrim, though, these two teams have been actively scrimming. They're still going somehow. Better late than never. Let's go, Menace. How you doing, man? Super chat. Hit the like button. Anything you got to do, man. Anything. Keep me alive. Thankfully, we had a good weekend, Menace. We had a good weekend. It's okay if we have a bit of a slow day today, you know, but just been chilling watching Halo Scrims. We got a Slayer. Live fire. Sirion is live? What does it mean? What does it all mean? He's live with a stream called The Chosen One.
Rack up the most kills to achieve victory.
First thing he sees when he goes live, intel on roster mania. Please, Sirion, please tell me something. Where is Sirion going? If he doesn't end up on FaZe, I don't know where he goes. It just kind of sucks.
Lost the lead.
Especially because we've been watching him for the last week, and I've been, you know, talking about whether or not he's going to be, like, next up, right?
A lifeline.
That was kind of the hope in the storyline.
Active camo available.
Lucid, Foul, Collect, Precision. All based on Lucid playing faster. Well, maybe. Sirion, Acid, and Snakebite. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, like, put Lucid and Snakebite together and let them pick, like, two insane, like, up-and-coming talents that can, like, fit into their system, playstyle, or something, you know? But I don't know. What are the vibes like with Lucid and Snakebite? I wonder. Anybody ever asked that? They on good terms? Hope Sirion isn't dropped. He was looking good. Yeah, he was looking pretty good. I mean, the team overall were underperforming, though, right? But he was looking good. The thing is, it's like the scrims that we were watching were scrims that should have been SmackDown matchups, you know? Like, it's hard to know how good a team really is if they don't even get an opportunity to play any high-quality NA rosters. They got knocked out their tournament so early, we didn't get to see them play Trippy's team. We didn't get to see them play Penguin's team. Like, definitely not Shopify, right? Like, kind of a shame to split so early, but also, like, that's some real underperformance. Sirion, Uzi Twins, Little Gators. I actually don't mind that. That's a team that kind of makes sense. That's a full-on Young Gun roster, like a Grinder, you know, the unsung hero, like, where would Common go? I don't know, right? But that's an interesting team for sure. That's like, they'd be like the new kids. Next generation. Call them next generation.
Quantum translocator just dropped.
Ooh, clean, bro. Truck catching him on the way down. 18 to 15 here in Slayer. As we play out, what, literally every possible game they could in Scrims. It's not confirmed. I don't know. Dav told me that it was. Frosty confirmed it, but, you know, everybody's just bullshitting me until I see an actual confirmation. This is how I found out. Breaking shot. What's up, brother? I don't even know, man. So what I'm hearing is that Collect and Bound were in a lobby together, and Collect had a FaZe emblem on. And then chat's telling me that Frosty confirmed it in his stream. So, like, I'm just getting info from every freaking direction. I don't even know. You were nasty, by the way, this last weekend. It was cool seeing you play, man. Unless you're finding out about the Yaxon thing now. That's all we need? What's all we need? Because, yeah, your teammate, by the way, bro, he's kind of... He's on Druck's team right now. What's going on? Oh, you find out both. Emblem is everything? No way you also just found out Yak is playing here. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Something I'm realizing is that when, you know, dialogue goes down about potentially switching rosters, typically what happens is they play with the guy they're thinking of moving over to game with before there's a conversation had about it, you know? So, like, this could be like a trial scrim for Yaxon. And then after the fact, he goes and says whether or not he's sticking with them or not, right? They're playing a long scrim, though, bro. This is like game 17. Cycle just confirmed it. Are you guys fucking with me? Somebody clip a Twitch clip of a confirmation from Frosty or anyone. And then I'm a believer.
Quantum translocator inbound.
Gained the lead.
Fucking with Shyway. Yeah, that's literally what this stream is. Timmy, let's go, bro. The gifted. The breaking goat. Let's get it. My God. Welcome to Shy City. Breaking shot. No, I appreciate you even just coming by, man. Welcome. You are now a sub. Ad for viewing. Let's get it. Why would they know an internal thing like that? Yeah, why would they? I don't know. I mean, it's Frosty, bro. He might know an internal thing. Shopify should have some somewhat of an understanding of who's going where, because keep in mind they have to schedule scrims with these players, right? So like best man's reaching out, trying to figure out who's down to scrim, and if somebody says no, like maybe he's getting wind that like, oh, it turns out this team is changing, so we can't scrim. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just coming up with an idea. The pros talk, yeah.
Active camo inbound.
Boo Boo with a big fight. He ends up getting dropped. Looking like a free camo here for Penguin and team. Struck off spawn. And work off Yak here, down low. Trying to make an impact. I like that slide. Saw the rotation of the player in tower and then cut, joined the fight immediately. Kept his teammate alive. And the game here too. Down by 2. Dead. Should be dead. The repulse? No way. Huge live. Had that player thrown a nade, like had Druck had a nade in the pocket, which he didn't, that, you know, whoever that was with the repulse still would have survived it. Let's his teammate clean it up too.
Team nearing victory.
Soul Snipe POV. Oh, good, Raphael. Welcome back, brother.
Power items incoming.
Read that Timmy Forges just confirmed it. What do you mean?
Power items on the field.
My God. Trying to make a way for QT here. Checking corners as well in case it's being baited, right? See if we can make a play with it. While he's doing this, he's sort of disconnected. The team needs to be on the same page, so Boo Boo dying first is not ideal. Only thing I confirm is that Lattice needs 2 times the number of spawns that it has, according to your community as well. A lot of complaints about Lattice spawns. Donald Trump just confirmed it. Good to know. There you go, guys. Huge cleanup from Yaxon. Finds an angle from back B. That gives them the answer they need to push this out. Boo Boo with foul. Soul Snipe with a trade here as well. They're winning the team fight. Last player has a sniper. This Boo Boo that cleans it up. He's got a bullet in the chamber.
5 minutes remaining.
Spawns back B. They got a full perimeter. Oh, and he whips it. Good awareness. They put, I guess, enough pressure on B to split the spawn's turbine. And they turn it to address it immediately. 46 to 44 here. Get rid of bottom red towers. But getting rid of spawns would not help. They didn't need to add more spawn points rather than get rid. The tower spawns are okay.
Active camo available.
That's a big camo pull. Wait for Yak to get a pick, and then we'll swap back over. It's Druck, I believe, with camo. Could save the game. Yak kill from behind makes it 49. Just 1 kill to close it out. They got to keep it. He kills Boo Boo! Bro, is that just like terrible nade physics or what, right? Did you see that nade he threw? Look at this nade. You're telling me that's the bank that you get for that? I mean, maybe he banked it a little bit low, but that's not the bank that you get for that type of nade throw. It just rolled on the floor. Like, what? That shit just decided a game. That's kind of crazy. Have I stopped doing COD content? I don't know, man. I mean, it's tough to double dip. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to, like, actually build an audience in one area or the other, I kind of have to, like, go all in. And I love Halo, and that's not changing. So I've been very invested in Halo. When I'm watching COD, the Halo fans get upset. When I'm watching Halo, the new COD viewers get upset. They don't want to follow, so it's tough. It's like, I was thinking I could make some YouTube videos about COD and then stop with the streams for a little bit and try to focus up on Halo for the streams. But even with that, you know, like I've just, at the moment, Halo's been kind of occupying my attention. A Halo community wants me to do Halo, and they keep telling me COD is crap, which I don't exactly agree, but it's like I got to fight with you guys, you know? So it's tricky, man. It's tricky. I get a lot more support financially in Halo, you know, because we've given a lot to this game, and I got a community here, so that's important to me too. Yeah, the whole mindset is, you know, hashtag save Halo right now. You'll be set for the next MP cycle. If I stick with Halo, I think we'll be in a good spot for the next game, 100%, just like we were with Infinite, if I like go all in. But, you know, this new COD is a good COD. As far as COD goes, it's the most interested I've ever been in COD. But I'm way more connected to the scene, bro. I like the players here. I like the gameplay here. You know, I get excited to get up and broadcast the game. It's a bonus that we make money doing it, you know, even though today's been kind of dry. They're done, chat. I think they're done. Definitely not Marvel Rivals. The only thing that got me over to COD was the fact that the scenes are still kind of connected together, right? Like COD and Halo are directly connected together. I think 11-6 is the final score. Can I ask Sirion, dude ain't talking about a situation. If he's not talking about it to you, then he might not want to talk about it to me, bro. I think that's a pretty good indication. I need to eat something, chat. What time is it? 8 p.m. If you really want to bug him, I can send him the raid. How about that? I'm gonna get off and get some dinner, guys. Maybe come back and grind some Halo. SR did not scrim today. We're easing back into it. Keep in mind, just like every week, we sort of ramp up towards the end of the week and shit gets kind of crazy, right? So the fact that we got to watch anything was pretty cool. Final scrim score is 11-6. Give you some sort of info on how that went. Luminon versus Soul Snipe team tomorrow, supposedly. That'll be good to look forward to. So we got Trippy versus Soul Snipe with their new roster, assuming they're sticking with Yaxon. Breaking Shot, I think, just found out about that. Hopefully, we'll see how the team looks tomorrow. So we got, like, developments kind of actively happening, right? Foul coming out with 355 kills, top Slayer in the lobby in this scrim, by the way. Looking pretty good. Yaxon, who joined, has, what, 343 kills tied across the board? But 185 assists. So in the assist department, man, definitely doing work, keeping his damage lower than the rest of the teammates. He's in line, right? He's in line with the rest of the team statistically. Oh, wait, sorry. These are two different teams. I'm tripping. He was a higher Slayer than his teammates, right? Soul Snipe at 305 and Boo Boo at 299. So I'd say Yak doing his thing in this scrim. This is solid looking. Considering they lost, this is a pretty good scrim for Yak. If it was like a tryout, you know, it doesn't seem like he's the issue by any means. Haven't seen a Halo stream in a while, like a Halo gameplay stream. Team, thank you, bro. I've been meaning to get on and grind the game. I'm starving. I'm going to eat, and then I'll see how I feel after the fact. But we'll have more scrims tomorrow, and maybe an earlier start to the grind tomorrow. I have coaching as well, though. So hopefully I can get that out of the way a little bit earlier, and then we can go live. Appreciate it, Attacker. Let's get the viewers over to Sirion. Guys, be nice, okay? I'm sending you there just to give him some support, not to have you guys, you know, harass the man about what his next team is, okay? Anyway, thank you for hanging out today. We'll be back tomorrow. We got more coming up. We got the qualifier tournament this weekend, guys. So we got you know, something big to look forward to. Sirion chilling here. Exactly. 85 over to the man. Have a good night. Same with you too. Peace, guys.